Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Legacy All-Star Match. This is the THL Legacy All-Star Match, the first time in this sort of pentathlon format that we have going on. This is going to be super exciting. If you can't tell, I'm very excited. This is probably, the most excited for a new thing I've been since March Madness. And joining me this evening, we have a wealth of casters to go along with all 10 of our combatants tonight. I am Donde. BrushyTuna is with me. Brushy, how are you tonight?
Doing fantastic. How you doing tonight, Donde?
You know, I'm excited. I can't be more excited than I am right now, or I'm going to literally explode. And I don't want to get little bits of me all over Icicles, who's here tonight, devoting his time. So, Ice, how you doing this evening?
Hey, good. I'm excited too. This is gonna be awesome. Nice to see different aspects of Hearthstone than what THL usually provides. So, it should be good content. Yeah,
that's I'm looking for something different tonight, and I think this is what's going to deliver. On all fronts, we're going to see a little bit of every type of Hearthstone. Different type of gameplay. I don't even know what to say right now, just because it's so unique. I should probably introduce Ron. He's here too. RonMexico, everyone. How's it going, Ron?
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm pretty hyped about this as well. This is fun. We've got your standard best of 5. We've got Battlegrounds. We got Arena. We got Tavern Brawl. We got all sorts of nonsense going on, and I am hyped for it.
And Blizzard bailed us out by giving us a Tavern Brawl that works for this format, so big ups to them for doing that, because we could have been really hosed by something like, Brawliseum. I guess it would have still worked, but it would have been kind of a duplicate of just the arena run. So Heatshock is going to be joining us, I hope, at some point, but for right now he's MIA, so we're going to proceed without him for the moment, but we'll let him introduce himself when he arrives. So as we mentioned before, this is a format that we're trying out. New thing here. Every individual that made the all-star teams that you see below. Team Gold is Adamos, NejiBoston, urmumked, Anfal, and mojopowell. Team Red is obviously Boozasaurus, Pasca, WickedGood, and Shoebacca. Every one of these players is going to be competing against one of the players in an event. So we're going to be going, one event at a time for the most part, but some of the events will take a little bit longer. So we're going to be hopping back and forth between different things while those will be taking place. So to start with, of course, the draft for an arena run that's obviously going to take longer than most events. So we're going to start with the draft. This is Pasca versus Anfal. Anfal has joined us in the call here. He is going to be seeing Pasca's draft with us for the first time, as we will have a recorded version of the draft. Since Pasca plays on mobile, he couldn't screen share with us. And then after we show you what Pasca drafted, Anfal will draft live, and then we'll set them both loose and move on to our next event as well. So Pasca will have like a bubble from our hat, which you'll see at the beginning of the video, to prove that it is what he is playing and it is legitimate. So it is kind of similar to what you see when we do like a band bubble, just to kind of prove that there's no shady stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and pull that up on screen. And I think, let's see here. I'm going to have to screen share in the Discord so you guys can see it, because right now I'm the only one who can see it, which is not helpful for you since we're on a 10-minute delay.
It would be limited content for us, for sure.
It would be very tough for you to... you know what, actually, go ahead and just pull up the link that I posted in the Discord, because that's the easiest way. And we will all start it simultaneously.
Expecting coordination out of us already this early?
I am expecting coordination. It's in the pinned messages, boys.
All right, nice. I see it.
All right.
I can't believe I found it.
Yeah, I honestly, you were the one I was most worried about.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, so we are ready to start. Here we go. Go ahead and click play in 3, 2, 1.
And there's your bubble.
There's your bubble.
Approved.
Yes, Hat wouldn't put his name on anything shady, so this is that's how you know it's legitimate. Also, Pasca, what are you doing? Open those packs, man. Those are 3 packs just sitting there.
A time and place for everything.
All right, Demon Hunter, Rogue, or Druid? Probably shouldn't take Demon Hunter.
Is that sarcasm?
No, it's actually the worst class really? In Arena.
Yeah.
It was briefly the best until they realized how broken it was, and they nerfed it so hard that it doesn't offer anything good. it just offers mainly non-class cards.
Well, we see he did take Rogue, so obviously he knows what you know. See, I'm glad that we have multiple people here with actual specialties, because I do not play a lot of Arena, and we know that you do, Ron.
Yeah, quick pick of Vile Fiend. That's a really good card. Next one here, probably Og Merchant.
That
Also
looks like
very
it's
good. Ooh, interesting options. Skyvateer, maybe?
Flybooter. So it's looking like a pretty low curve deck so far. A lot of 1 and 2 drops, but, you know, only 4 cards in.
Yeah, Pasca's looking to beat him up early.
So when you're going through an arena draft, like, what do you prioritize? Do you prioritize things to do? Do you prioritize card draw? Do you prioritize value? What's the ideal arena draft these days?
When you do an arena draft, typically you start off just looking for like the highest value cards. Like, there's a Scorpid, take a Scorpid. You know, that's usually what you want to do is just look for like the strongest things. This one would be Cultist here, maybe Soldier of Fortune. But generally, as the draft goes on, you get a better feel for what kind of deck you are forming, and then you can go towards maybe an archetype and try to figure out too what fits best with your curve. But in the early picks, and we see Pasca now checking his curve.
Is there anything unique
always good.
to putting together a rogue deck?
Oh, passes on the Scribe. I'm a little surprised on that one, but Og Merchants are good. Rogue is all about tempo, so you like getting tempo cards. Defias Ringleader's excellent in Rogue. You should usually take that if you're offered it.
It's interesting you took the Secret Keeper. I mean, is that usually not a choice you want to make because you're not guaranteed to get the cards that synergize with it, right?
Well, you actually do have some secrets in Rogue, and we see that Pasca already drafted an ambush as well, so he can actually charge up that Secret Keeper. It used to be terrible for Rogue, but now it's not bad. He's going pretty fast, but he's making some good picks. The Orc is good. The Lackey Generator's good. These are some bad legendaries.
I just got excited at the flash of yellow. I didn't see what they were yet, but yeah, unfortunately.
You always get excited. Maybe just Taz? I don't know. Maybe Anka. Anka's probably fine. Colossus is just awful.
Yeah. Oh, and then he just completely bucks the trend and took it. I guess you gotta have a bomb, right, in your deck?
I mean, there's a chance that it could actually be good. It's just a 10 mana do nothing, and a lot of times if you do that in Arena, you just die. Rustied Raider, very good pick. Safeguard is reasonable.
Yeah, I think I like Safeguard here personally. He doesn't have a lot of stuff above that 5 mana cost, so I think
yeah, he's probably double checking for dragons too here for that Flyfish. Just, you know.
Went for it.
Oh, Twin Tyrant. One of the best cards in Arena. You take it immediately when it's offered. Cable Rat, excellent. Cold Blood, fine. Shiv's okay. Sergeant's fine. Mugger's excellent. Also, Assassinate, though, is a really nice single target removal.
Generous Mummy. Oh.
I like the quick picks. Pasca is very sure of himself for a lot of these. Look at that curve. It's so low. It's 1s and 2s. He wants to beat him up.
I bet Generous Mummy's not terrible in Arena because it doesn't matter as much.
Given the curve, I thought he might take the Spellkin, but the Draconid was definitely the strongest card available there. This one, probably Fan.
Yeah, he took Fan there, and I mean, I guess you don't have too many options as far as board removal is concerned in Rogue, like wide removal.
Yeah. And Raider was a good pick. I was a little bit surprised, given that he already took the Secret Keeper, to pass on the other secret that was offered. Waxmancy good. Vagrant is an auto pick. You take that 100% of the time. That's an extremely strong card. He may just want to go Curve or like Geomancer for spell damage. Yeah. I feel like it's a bit of a mistake to not take Vagrant, but that's the list. It looks solid. I think he can get a decent amount of wins out of this, maybe 5+. It's always hard to say, though. Arena is all over the place.
I mean, yeah, it also is going to depend on who he queues into and whatnot, and it could end up being the wrong picks for his opponents, but we won't know that until the very end here. So that is the draft for Pasca, and you can see he's just confirming with our a post bubble, if you will. But in the meantime here, Anfal we are probably just about ready here for your draft. So, are you set to go?
I am indeed.
All right, let me get you up on the screen. And what you are seeing now on the screen should be Anfal's draft. You are ready to go, my friend. Take it away. And
It's going to be pretty great when we provide the running commentary, so we'll try not to give you advice,
Yeah, we
but
won't
we
give
will
advice.
criticize you right away.
Absolutely. And I will be wrong, which is fine. And look at you. You even got free arena tickets out of this. You're holding
Nice.
out.
Hey, look, Demon Hunter.
Yeah, easy. Take Demon Hunter. It never punishes you.
I think that's good, though. Good for equity that both players were offered Demon Hunter if it's the worst class. So.
And are we able to see the companion on screen?
Sure are.
So, definitely a nice little advantage here for Anfal, using the Hearth Arena companion to get some tier scores on picks, and already have a little bonus on what are the higher rated cards arena-wise. Could pay off.
Not illegal, by the way.
Yeah, Pasca had the same option. Naturally, it's a free app. No rules against it. Makes our job a little bit easier when it comes to evaluating these cards. You see the numbers on the screen. You'd have to assume in most cases, Anfal's going to pick the one that has the higher number.
As we all know, numbers never lie.
Occasionally, Hearth Arena will offer some seemingly wonky choices. You're just like, why is it doing that?
It may never lie, but does it ever tell the truth?
Ooh, nice on our reference.
That's all I'm here for during the arena draft. I am of no value outside of that.
BrushyTuna with his 16 arena wins coming in with a wealth of knowledge.
Oh no, do we have a disconnect?
Yeah.
Small indie company, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's alright, because Brushy is going to be very, very instrumental when it comes to the Battlegrounds phase of this evening, which is our first event after the arena will kick off. So that is just minutes away.
Literally the only
man.
reason why Donde asked me to help cast.
Hey, that's incredible. Tuna, congratulations for the first time in I don't know how long. You have value.
Hey, Ron, who won Pro Season 1 MVP?
Oh, you're living in the past. Quit living in the past, man.
And unfortunately, there were no All-Pros back then either, so...
True.
We got some interesting options being offered for Anfal here. He's starting to form out a curve, and this is definitely a bit of a more balanced curve we're seeing than what Pasca was able to draft. Pasca very heavy on 1s and 2s. We see Anfal currently with no 4-mana cards in his deck, but still the overall curve is rounding out fairly nicely.
Yeah, about halfway through the deck at this point as well. So still plenty of time to fill in some of the holes and to hopefully get some real big power cards in terms of legendaries, or just like you mentioned in the last draft, like Twin Tyrant, one of those cards that is almost automatically picked just because it's such a good top end card.
Yep, absolutely.
I probably prefer in a Grand Slam to Colossus of the Moon when looking at the 10-mana options for both decks.
Absolutely correct there. And the Grand Slam is a very strong finisher that could wind up getting Anfal some wins. So that'll be interesting to see if that pick pays off. Same as, with Pasca, with the Colossus. Colossus, if he gets to the late game, it could carry.
Yeah, if you can get it down clean, if it's a situation where there's nothing on board, like they're kind of in top deck mode, that could just, like you said, just could be a 2-turn clock, so to speak.
Oh, look at the score on that Houndmaster.
Oh, there's the Twin Tyrant Golden.
Best card in Arena, Twin Tyrant. That was an auto pick, I think. Anfal didn't even wait for the scores to update. You see a Twin Tyrant, you take a Twin Tyrant. Easy. It's a nice early game. Another Grand Slam was offered. Doesn't feel like it's necessary to take.
One's good.
Yeah, I don't think there's a situation where you want more than one, I suppose, because what happens if they end up both in your hand and then you just sit there and you never make it to turn 10?
Yeah, that could be absolutely awful. And the Skystalker pick on the previous one was very nice for Anfal. Already having a Rottennest Drake, he's kind of creating a bit of a Dragon Hunter arena here, and this arena deck looks very strong to me. I think this one is easily capable of 7+.
Yeah, looking at the little spread there in the middle of the heat chart, it's pretty well spread throughout the 1 to 7 range. Like, not a whole lot of not a big spike there. A little one in the middle, but that should allow for nice smooth curving in most games, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and Hunter very much likes to play the mid-range game a bit more when it comes to Arena as well. And Anfal really has crafted the deck to enable that. Just based off of the picks alone, I would give the edge to Anfal so far in the Arena portion of our pentathlon event.
Well, all right. So Anfal, thank you for joining us here in the call to allow us to view your draft. But you are all set to go ahead and hop out, and you can start your run anytime now. And I will also let Pasca know he's good to start too.
All right, have a good night, gentlemen, and I'll see you after Gold Team wins.
All right.
Good luck, confidence. I do like, though, that at one point he had 0 4-drops in his deck and then ended with the most 4-drops in his deck of all the other mana costing cards.
Yeah, that was very surprising.
We went from none to all of them.
In a heartbeat. Arena does some weird stuff sometimes.
All right, Pasca has been notified to go ahead and start his run, so that means that it is time for us to start the coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, what Brushy has been waiting for, the Battlegrounds portion of this evening. So, as mentioned before, that's going to be a Boozasaurus playing against, was it mojopowell? No, Adamos.
I believe
no.
urmumked.
Urmumked, yes,
Urmumked.
sorry.
Urmumked.
Trying to keep it all straightened out here. This should be fun. So, I'm going to let them know they're ready to go, and we are going to have a picture-in-picture setup so that we can see both players playing simultaneously. I'll have Booz on the main screen here, and we're going to have Icicles jumping in to follow along with urmumked.
Ooh, man, the first ever THL Battlegrounds cast? This is some super exciting stuff.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how Battlegrounds is gonna kick off.
I'm excited to see if both players get offered good heroes. I would hate to see one player get offered like Eudora and then the other player gets like Malagos, Galakron, like Queen Togwaggle, and just be like, oh no. You know? Because then one player definitely has a higher uphill battle to do than the other one. But it'd be nice to see both players get something super strong. That way, they're on pretty equal playing field off rip.
All right, and looks like the players are starting off their lobbies. We're just waiting to jump in and spectate. Both players, crossing their fingers, hoping that they get offered the best heroes instead of garbage, which is quite often what you see.
You ready? You ready for my predictions?
Go for it.
Boozasaurus plays Lord Jaraxxus, and urmumked plays Rafam.
So urmumked has been offered Reno and Syndragosa, and goes with Reno.
What? Oh, does he not have the perks?
Clearly not. He only had 2 options.
Sent the guy without perks to go into the Battlegrounds competition? Interesting decision, but I like it.
And, Booze picked Patches.
Not the best of heroes, but it is fun to play.
Oh man, I love me some Patches. Patches is great. Reno can be fun as well. Don't screw him up like I often do though. That hero power is very important to use correctly.
Yes, it is. Just so the viewers at home know, there is no dragons in this run. So we have pirates, murlocs, mechs, demons, and beasts. No dragons.
Important thing to note, and on your Mumked side, we have an early good set of minions being offered. Your Mumked grabs a token right away with the Alley Cat, and that can be pretty important in the early game.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than a nice token start. Allows you to do some powerful stuff in the later games. Allows you on next turn to, or turn 3 to sell and double buy while keeping a minion. So it allows for powerful early game starts. Both players should just be easy leveling the 2 here.
Most likely a level. What did we see from Patches on the first pick?
We got the Murloc Tidecaller. He didn't get offered anything real good. The 1-2 is the best out of everything else. He got Selfless Hero and Pink Guy is what I call him. So
unfortunate for Booze. Yeah, okay, so the Wrath Weaver was offered.
Wrath Weaver, yeah.
As well as the Selfless Hero and the Tidecaller. Yeah, sounds like Tidecollar's probably the best pick there. And both players wisely... Wait, actually, did
Booze? Booze?
Booze did not level.
Did Booze DC? He didn't buy or level. Hello?
Oh, no.
Booze?
Alright, I'm giving the early advantage to the Undead here. On,
he did message me and say that his game crashed.
Oh no!
That is very unfortunate.
These early levels here are super important too. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss an early level up. So
yeah, Boozasaurus has already taken 5 damage and missed a level and a buy. Oh, meanwhile, you know, your Mumked is doing quite well. He tied in the first round. In the second round, he was able to, as we mentioned before, sell that token to buy more things. He grabs himself an Imprisoner and a Rat Pack, both pretty valuable, strong early game minions. And this should hopefully set him up for a decent run up against Eudora right now.
I would have liked to seen Booze there sell off his 1-2 and buy the Pirate, because this allows him to buy a minion and press hero power to start the pirate train going. But
in fairness, I think Booze also would have liked to have seen himself do that, but due to circumstances outside of his control...
oh, he was back. He leveled in time, and then he sat there and rolled twice. He had the chance.
Oh, gotcha.
He just chose not to. Yeah.
He reconnected. Oh, that's good.
Yep. He has a 29 health, though, which is not looking good for Patches.
Yeah, and on your Mumked side, Reno took just a little bit of damage against Eudora. Has some interesting decisions, but with 6 gold, generally you want to buy 2 minions. He already has a Rat Pack. He's got a Scavenging Hyena being offered. He's grabbing the Hyena. He's actually going to roll, maybe looking to sell the Alley Cat and buy a better minion. His other minions offered were trash, so I don't blame him. And grabs himself a Tide Hunter. Hey, it's another token generator.
It's true. Booze was offered Old Murkai and Kindly Grandmother as his best 2 minions. Picks him up just to try to make his board as best as he can at this time being. But we would love to see some pirates if we're Booze. But so far, no good.
Unfortunate. Pick Patches, never get offered pirates, and curse everything.
I think I've seen you do this once or twice, Ron.
Yes, that is the less family-friendly type of stream with the amount of cursing I do when I don't get offered those pirates.
Another 3 damage dealt here to Booze. Not bad. He was able to try to minimize most of his damage, but once again, no pirates offered to him off rip in the tavern.
Meanwhile, your Mumked getting a strong win, dealing 4 damage to Hook Tusk, now being offered another Murloc Tide Hunter and the opportunity to level. Most likely we see him level and buy the Tide Hunter. That's what he chooses to do, and he's got a full board of 7 minions, and he's on his way to level 3.
Booze finally rolled one, and he finally sees his 2 pirates. South Sea Captain and Free Dealing Gambler, the minion that sells for 3 gold. So we're going to start our pirate train here shortly, and hopefully it can carry us back into this game for Booze.
Quick arena update. We've got game 1 underway for both players. Pasca is in a rogue mirror, and Anfal is Hunter versus Mage.
You're doing great out there.
Right, and what we have here back in Battlegrounds on urmumked's side, this looks like a pretty clear victory over Edwin. urmumked is taking pretty strong control of this lobby, hanging out in the top 3 and gonna keep his place there.
So are you saying that he might be in good shape as long as he doesn't DC or anything?
Yeah. Yeah,
Correct.
You never know what could happen. The specter of a disconnect always looms large over these players' heads. Hopefully they don't experience the misfortune that Boozasaurus did, now in last place in the lobby. urmumked grabbing himself another double with a Rat Pack and a Free Dealing Gambler, stealing one of Booza's desired pirates in the process.
Yeah, Booze was able to minimize damage in that last fight, killing off the tier 4, but still took some damage here. And I would love to see him just double buy these pirates and press the button here, because we need to get stronger. Leveling is not really an option for Booze at this point. We're getting smacked around too much that we need to try to come back a little bit.
urmumked selling a couple of tokens, gonna freeze the board, play his double Rat Pack. Oh, surprisingly, actually, he just really wanted that Deflectobot too. He sold the Gambler right away, froze another Deflectobot for another double, and running into Eudora for the second time. Eudora has been making all kinds of problems for urmumked. This is about another 100% loss.
Yep. Booze, once again, doesn't win a fight, but he is able to minimize as much damage as possible. Only taking 5 this fight.
And
gosh, was that 15?
urmumked had a rude awakening running into... He's only lost twice. Both of them have been Eudora. And just now, Eudora dealt 15 to urmumked. urmumked buys a Deflected Bot, buys a Metal Tooth, gonna roll, still looking for a triple. He currently has 3 doubles, and just keeps bricking hard. Hey, there's a triple.
Yep, Booze was able to triple off his Gamblers off his hero power, and his options were not great. He took the Menagerie Magicians just to make his current board just slightly stronger. Not too much, though, but hopefully we can start turning it around here. I would like to see Booze switch up his board state a little bit, move some of these South Seas to the back a little bit, because our Gambler at an 8-8 at this point in the game should be able to have 2 attacks, and we wouldn't want one of our South Seas dying before it can attack again, or get attacked.
Absolutely.
Earlier result from the arena, Anfal takes his first game with a win over the Mage, so he is 1-0.
Nice.
Hey.
The aggro beatdown. Oh wait, no, that was Pasca's that had the aggro.
And
the Hunter
urmumked took a gamble by selling off his Rat Packs and his Hyena just to grab that triple right now since he was out of gold, but he was able to create himself a reasonably strong looking board. Runs into Nozdormu though, who already has spiked with the Baron Rivendare, and this is a 99% loss for urmumked once again.
Booze is about to win his first game of this battleground.
The comeback story.
The comeback story is real. Dealing 6 damage to Edwin, who has a full board of pirates. Stealing all of Booze's pirates here.
Alright, so Boozasaurus trying the bold strategy of disconnecting first, and then reconnecting, and takes a strong 9 health lead over your mumked, as both of our THLers are in the bottom 7 and 8, with Boozasaurus holding a very slight lead over your mumked, who has taken 15 damage in back-to-back turns.
Hey, you don't have to be the best, you just have to not be below your opponent, right?
That's
correct.
exactly right. Excellent point, Donde.
You don't have to get
It's
first
like
place. You just got to beat your...
yeah, it's like when you encounter a bear with a friend. You don't need to outrun the bear. You need to outrun your friend.
Booz does go down a minion here to get the triple on the South Sea. I would have liked to seen him level, if he still wanted to level to buy it next turn. Level and just buy piloted shredder. So that way we could have kept up with 7 minions. At this point in the game, attacking first is huge, so the fact that he just puts himself behind and automatically attacks second could be an automatic loss sometimes in certain fights.
And your mumked, feeling desperate, down to 7 health, is going to use that Reno hero power right now on the security rover. He got off of the triple, makes it golden, and he's just praying to not be eliminated right now against Edwin.
To be honest, I would have liked to see your golden the Bolvar if he was that desperate. It makes him a 214, and with these deflective bots with the security rover already, they would be able to pump the Bolvar so fast and so strong that it could have carried him the next 3 to 4 fights. But we'll see how it pays off for him. It's still not a bad choice. It's still very good to do, but I think the better choice would have been goldening the Bolvar.
The stats say more often than not he does lose this fight to Edwin, but he only gets lethaled about 17% of the time. So even though he lost, he takes 4, and your mumked is still alive, clinging on to 3 health right now.
Booz from the arena, Pasca's first game is a loss. He loses the rope mirror, so he is 0-1.
Oh, we got a lead starting for Anfal.
Booz's risk to go down to 6 minions paid off for him. He was able to do 11 damage to Hook Tusk, and we're finally starting to see this pirate chain kick off for Booz.
Yeah, 2 triples and a 2-game win streak. Meanwhile, your mumked 1 triple that he made himself. Oh no, he actually got a natural triple. That's right. But no game win streak, 3 health, and playing current 2nd place, Flurgle with 6 Murlocs, 2 triples on 4 stars. This looks very dangerous for your mumked. This might be the end right here.
We could also possibly see the end of Booz as well. Eudora is hit another power spike, possibly last turn. And so who knows how much stronger they got in level 5 here, or tier 5. So hopefully we don't lose both these players at the same time. Alright, Booz freezes a triple and heads into the fight against Eudora.
Your mumked just banking some gold, grabbing an alley cat, throwing an egg and a couple of Bolvires on the board. He's going to pray this works out.
Oh, this is a 99.4% loss for Booz. Lethal 35% of the time. 35%.
Not too surprising given how strong Eudora is, though, absolutely dominating the lobby. Meanwhile, in your mumked's fight, he actually did get strong enough. He's got an 81% win over Flurgle, but if these trades go wrong, 9.2% of the time he loses, and that would be lethal. He does hang on, though, and stays alive to fight another day.
Booz took 9 from Eudora. Yeah.
Hey, and our THLers did not get last place. That goes courtesy of Edwin, and we now have 6th and 7th being occupied by our THLers here, Boozasaurus and your mumked, at 7 health and 3 health, respectively.
This level from Booz, I think, was super risky. His minions really aren't that big right now, and you can find a lot of good stuff on Tavern Tier 4 for pirates. Especially another Rip Snarl or more buffers. So I think this risk might hurt him depending on how good Flurgle is. I didn't get to see the board when he fought your monk just a second ago.
Your mumked takes a risk and actually levels and buys a Deflectabot just to get a tier 6 minion. He does triple the Deflectabot and he gets a Foe Reaper. off of the tier 6. Not too bad. He's fighting Eudora though, so I would have to imagine this is the end for urmumked. If Boozasaurus can hang on and not lose, he will likely pick up this win because I don't think anybody's beating Eudora at this point.
No, Eudora is very far ahead, but that's just what the Dig Hero Power does. Ooh, Booz is 85% favored to win this.
And 61% of the time, urmumked is out of this game. Granted, 32%, there is a chance urmumked, with the right trades, can hang on.
Oh, these trades are not going the way of Booz, but at least it'll end in a tie. A 9.9% chance of a tie, and that's how it ends for Booz. But he's still in it for now.
Oh, a devastating hit from a Foe Reaper. And this looks like it's gonna be over for urmumked. That's gonna do it. The deflective bot spawns a few things. That's gonna be enough damage with just the win alone. And urmumked is out of this lobby. Eudora is taking this down almost certainly. And that's gonna be a victory for Boozasaurus, outlasting urmumked.
Currently sitting in top 5, about to take on Norzdamu. Some slight sequencing. I would like to see Booz press the hero power before playing his last minion there, just in case he did get something like Swabby that he could have played, sold, rolled. You get better options into the next one.
And an update from the arena: Pasca takes game 2, so he is now sitting at 1-1. Anfal has a pretty good lead here in his game 2 over this mage, but not over yet. So, but Pasca getting a win is definitely helpful. Of course,
how awesome would that be for our 2 arena players to play each other?
They haven't yet, but Anfal just wrapped up his game 2, so he is now 2-0.
Awesome. And I just gave urmumked the update. We are doing a best of 3 of Battlegrounds, correct?
Correct. So if Booz wins game 2, then it's over.
That is how best of 3s work.
Thank you.
Boozasaurus, yeah. Boozasaurus with the early lead here, so urmumked is going to have to win, or at least outlast Boozasaurus in back-to-back lobbies in order to take up the Battlegrounds win in this portion of the competition, but anything can happen.
Right now we're just spectating Boozasaurus, so see if he gains MMR or not.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. All I know is at my rank, if I don't get top 3, no MMR for you. So we'll see how Booz does against his double boat or double Baron comp, but looks like he's doing pretty good right now.
So arena game 3, Anfal's Hunter is matched up against a Rogue, and Pasca's Rogue is matched up against a Paladin. 4 games pretty early on.
I actually switched us over to the arena run for Anfal while we're waiting for Booz to finish up game 1 of the Battlegrounds, since that's decided there. And so we are speccing Anfal and yourself, Icicles, at the moment. So feel free to take us through the plays.
Sure, not a problem. So we've got a nice little Murloc play on turn 1. Not exactly what you see in Standard, so this is going to be a little bit new for me. Because as we discussed earlier, my arena wins are not very high. So,
are you trying to say that Murloc Raider on 1 is a weak play?
I think it generally is, but you know, arena is a weird place, so who knows? But it does trade well into the Battle Mage, so it's got that going for it. We'll keep updated. I am watching Pasca's game as well on my my mobile device, and right now he's got a little bit of a lead with an Imprisoned Vile being ready to pop out in another turn. So looking like he's kind of riding the ship after his first game loss. The Rogue player against Anfal is pulling a Lemur and deciding to rope every turn for what otherwise would be pretty simple decisions. So
shout out to Lemur.
We could be in for a nice little treat here as Booz wraps up his Battleground match. So.
Yeah, we will hop back to BGs, of course, when the second queue is ready to roll.
We should be getting there soon, but Booz is
he's whooping butt right now.
Yeah, he's having a pretty strong run. He's heading for that top 4 right now. It looked a little dicey, especially with the disconnect, but man, he could get turned around.
It still looks a little dicey with this poison here. He could lose this fight. Nope. Okay, we'll end in a draw. Good. That poison was looking dicey.
Not on screen, but in a dominating position on the board in his game 3. So he's looking pretty strong. Anfal looking pretty good here. Has the board for now. Going into his turn 4. See what this rogue decides to do 10 minutes later.
I do appreciate that you're getting salty by proxy for Anfal.
I mean, we've all been there. We've all played opponents that like to be careful. And sometimes you feel thwarted, and other times you're just like, I want to play. I want to take my turn.
Oh man, some excitement too in Battlegrounds here. Booz.
He rolled past a pirate with double Hogger. I'm so triggered.
But then he tripled the Hogger.
It doesn't matter. We could have had another pirate.
This is intense. Boozasaurus might be on his way to finding a win in this lobby. Who knows?
He's not beating Flurgle. The Pirates does not beat Murloc's late game.
Oh, I just
no matter how big you make your pirates.
I just noticed that Flurgle has 6 Murlocs on 5 stars, 4 triples. Yeah,
that's
roll
Booze.
Not happening.
I did switch us back to the Battleground just to see what happens here. We do have picture.
We're playing 8 p.m. Pirates.
We have picture-in-picture going for the arena match as well at the moment, but I figured people might want to see the conclusion of Booze versus the World.
I think it's very exciting over there.
Nice.
It's Booze versus the World or watch this rope. So
yeah, that's kind of what my decision-making process was. Well, we can be watching actual Hearthstone here.
Those are some big hits for Booze, actually. This is massive, and getting what looks like sweet revenge on Eudora for beating up on him earlier in this lobby. Now it's Booze's turn to say, Eudora, get out of my lobby.
I just want to say, Eudora got weaker since the last time we saw them.
Yes,
I don't know what they did over the past, like, 3 turns,
GDC.
but they threw their whole board away. And it was just like, YOLO, let's try this. And, Booze, there are literally pirates you're rolling. Woo! There was a pirate!
Wraps up his game 3 with a win, so he moves to 2-1 on his run. Definitely in a much better place than it looked from the first game.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm yelling, folks. Booze is making me mad right now.
And BrushyTuna, 11,000 MMR player, easily getting tilted by some of the plays that are made by players that a lower MMR than himself. You have to remember, Tuna, not everyone plays as much Battlegrounds as you do.
We brought in the elitist BG caster. They're no expense.
The perks. All right, let me tell this for the folks at home, right? The point of Hogger, even if you don't even have the salty pirate that you have in tier 3 that buffs every time you play a pirate, the other perks of having Hogger and buying all the pirates is you just run into triple after triple after triple after triple. And then you just get everything you will ever need. So, the fact that he's still just rolling past pirates and stuff like that, it may seem fine because he doesn't have a salty, but you're losing the chance of a ton of triples.
Oh no, and Boozasaurus running into an already eliminated player with a 75% chance of getting knocked out of the lobby.
Now, for those of us who are not as familiar, how often does a player get knocked out of the lobby by a player who has been eliminated previously? So,
Nordamu was just eliminated last round, so they're still pretty strong. You still have to fear, like, if someone just recently got knocked out, you still have to fear that they are still relevant and still fairly good.
Yeah,
if they were knocked out, like,
often.
If they were knocked out multiple turns ago, you have less to worry about getting knocked out. But, you know, just knocked out last round.
If you look at Nozdormu, who he's fighting, is that Nozdormu took 20 damage from first place Flurgle, who had spiked on Murlocs and was almost certainly going to win the entire lobby. We assume Divine Shield, Poison, Murlocs, doesn't matter. Booze is out to the dead guy. Finishes in a very respectable third place, though.
especially considering the DC early on.
Yeah, really nicely done by Boozasaurus, fighting back through a disconnect, taking the victory over urmumked, +4, by the way, with a 3rd place to urmumked's 7th, I believe?
Yep.
And now we can let these players know that it's time to queue up another Battlegrounds?
Yes, sir.
Also, Booz told me not to get mad at him, so it's also a reason for me to get mad at him while streaming here. Just so everyone else knows. So everyone flame Booz in chat too, so he sees it later. Alright, Booz here has offered Reno, Edwin, Tess, and Lich. What is your mump offered, Ron?
It's just taking me a minute to get it loaded up. He may have already picked by the time I get in. We will see. He chose Patches. I don't know what the options were. There was only Patches and one other hero. I'm glad he picked Patches, though. Whatever the other one was, good choice, urmumked. Take Patches.
He saw Booz beat him last time with it, so he's like, I can do that.
And Patches doing a little bit better than Booz to start off. Or urmumked with Patches doing a little bit better than Booz. Offered a pirate on his first roll. He's going to take that pirate.
Off to a better start. Yep. And Booz took Edwin over Tess. I do like that. Overall, Edwin is better because you don't have to rely on your opponent being good. So we'll see how Booz likes to play Edwin. There's many different ways to play him. And for the viewers at home, there is no demons in this run. So you won't see any Soul Juggler or Mal'Ganis shenanigans. Booz, though, is starting off the same way he did last time. What a loss.
urmumked also starting off the same way with a tie.
Wow.
Both players likely going to level here.
Oh no, Booz. Please.
Don't disconnect.
Please.
Again on turn
No,
one.
Booz, please don't be a DC. I can't tell.
It's part of a strategy.
Actually, with Edwin's hero power, it's reasonable to not level.
Okay.
This
I just couldn't see him hovering anything, so I thought he DC'd again. I got real scared for Booz round 2.
It's a next level strat from Booz. DC on turn 2, and come back in and win.
It worked well the first time. Let's run it back.
let's try it again.
Booz here beating up Ysera.
And urmumked takes a loss to the Curator. Not really big damage though, only taking 3. Sees a pirate, takes a pirate. Possibly presses the button as well since it's discounted. He does indeed. Gets a Dex Swabby and a free dealing Gambler. Not bad for urmumked.
You'd like to see the South Sea Captain for your first button press, but, you know, sell again for 3 gold later is pretty good. Oh, I see. Booz is a rope gamer in BGs.
So he did level. Was this the turn that he leveled here?
Yes, he did just level. A little off from a normal Edwin curve, because you wanted to buy in hero power, or roll buy hero power that turn. Because these are your strong turns, being able to get those small pluses advantage. And next turn you could level buy hero power again.
Makes sense. And urmumked getting some good trades here. A 38% win. Granted, it wasn't very likely that he loses, but he does get the win and deals a little bit of damage. And now on his next turn with 6 gold, generally you like to buy 2 things, but he's offered no pirates. Sad Patches noises.
Actually, your mom just picked up the Sourlisk and the Death Rattle. The best combo for him.
Absolutely. Might have been some consideration to take the double with Micro Machine, but this is way stronger right now, which is often the choice you have to make. What are we seeing on Booz's side?
Booz sold off his Dex Swabby, double bot, and then hero powered his Dragon Spawn Lieutenant. So he's got Spawn Lazard, Selfless Hero, Hyena, and a 5/6 Dragon Maul Lieutenant.
Right, and urmumked, once again, urmumked's matches against any Eudora have just been an absolute headache as he's staring down an 89% loss. These trades are not going his way, and he is going to take another loss here.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
Only to the tune of 5 damage, though, not terrible, and Patch is still in a reasonably good spot if he can find some pirates.
Yeah, you know, but the incremental damage in the beginning is actually some of the most harsh and worst damage for you to take. Because then it makes those big turns where, like, if you get behind someone and then you take 20 there, it could just instantly kill you or, like, knock you out of the game because you took those incremental damages early on. So, it may seem like nothing right now, but it does get worse. Like, that overall, that is worse for you than taking, like, 20 on turn 8.
Yeah, absolutely right. And if you look closely, you might see Patch's many eyes narrow in frustration as he laments his early losses.
Booz does pick up the best minion, though, for Edwin. The Free-Dealing Gambler is by far the best minion for Edwin to buy at any point in the game because it's just a free hero power buff. You buy it, you sell it, buy another minion. That's 2 minions for the price of 1.
That's a great deal.
It is. It's almost like it's like a free dealing like deal. You know what I'm saying?
I just noticed on the stream we've got the Anfal Game 3 up. It's still happening live, so...
oh my goodness.
Rogue is really milking his time on this one.
10 minutes in the past, spoiler, I guess.
Nice.
That's why I haven't given any updates on who's won a game, because it's still going.
It's still going.
How is Pasca looking right now? And he's in Game 4, I believe?
Pasca's in Game 4. It's looking okay. Him versus a mage, they're both at about 16 HP. He's got the board, so he's looking to be in a pretty good position unless the mage pulls off something crazy.
Thank you, sideline reporter Icicles.
And meanwhile, over in Battlegrounds, we're seeing a very imbalanced, you know, lobby right now with Boozasaurus in first place, urmumked in last place, and this could end the BG's best of 3 here. Patch is just not finding the pirates, and that often spells doom.
Well, it does. See that happen early in the BG last game for Booz, and it ended up working out all right.
True. Oh, I love this though. urmumked,
yeah,
seeing the writing on the wall, just YOLO Xerath here. Get a good shifter. I love it.
Yeah, honestly, taking Xerath is not as bad as people make it out to be. If you are behind on board and stuff like that, and you are losing fights, sometimes you just have to take that risk and take that Xerath, and I hope it rolls something good for you, so you can get back in this game.
5 and then 9, and looking at a 98% loss to Maiev with Boozasaurus at a comfortable 38 health. urmumked is pretty desperate.
We also have a 98% chance of a loss to Deathwing.
Oh wow, so 7th place Deathwing must have power spiked.
He has Rat Pack. Sometimes it's real hard for certain boards to deal with Rat Pack with Deathwing's hero power, so...
Say no more. Rat Pack is the ultimate Deathwing minion.
Yep. Allows you to power spike, so...
Oh, wow.
Deathwing
Shifter. Shifter is a Razor Gore right away. Okay, I guess we're going dragons.
We're dragons now.
Who needs this pirate hero power? Let's get this dragon on the board. I don't know, maybe we buy the dragon that's presented.
Oh, absolutely. Razor Gore.
No, he rolled on it.
Razor Gore is a very strong, especially
he rolled on the pirate. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what he's doing anymore.
There's another dragon. There's the pirate. There's 2. Pick a lane. Do something.
Meanwhile, Booz is staring at 4 minions: a Tide Hunter, a Yoho, a Deflecto Bot, and a Glyph Guardian, trying to figure out what he wants to do, and he decides just to level.
Right, we took the Glyph Guardian. Please tell me we're playing the Razor Gore.
Please play the Razor Gore.
Please play the Razor Gore, urmumked. You've got 6 seconds. Sell something. Play the Razor Gore. Do it, please. Don't hold it.
Even just gets +1 buff.
Play the Razor Gore. Do it. Do it. Oh my god, put it down.
Alright, we did it. We did it. Okay. Razor Gore is one of those minions.
Live up to that level of hype, but I was saying that the mage needs something crazy. He did play a box on turn 10. Came around, so Pasca's in trouble here. Although the Maves did not put around Betrayal and just had his board completely wiped by that, so it's not over, but not looking great for Pasca in Game 4.
Ooh, excitement from a box. Nice.
Anfal just wraps up Game 3 against the Roping Rogue, so he moves to 3-0.
Ooh, and Booz barely beats out urmumked here in the THL face-off here within this Battlegrounds game.
Yeah, urmumked here had a 95% loss to Edwin, but only, yeah, that's right, to Booz's Edwin, but only took 5 damage here.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but urmumked should be able to start scaling super hard. We need to, at this point, you need to ignore all pirates, and you need to lean into this Razor Gore, because this Razor Gore for him is the way back into this Battlegrounds and the way to beat Boozasaurus.
Absolutely. I see 4 minions that are not dragons. You need to roll and find dragons.
Absolutely. You don't even have to level. You can just roll and slowly start to switch your board to dragons, and then Razor Gore should be able to get strong enough to allow you to power level through.
Those aren't dragons. Let's keep rolling. He
Another
takes
update from
salty
the arena.
looter.
We're going back to pirates.
Pasca has lost Game 4, so he drops to 2-2 on the run, 1 loss away from being eliminated, and already behind Anfal in wins.
That's right. Anfal already with a 3-0 start, which means Pasca at 2-2. If he can't find that 3rd win before he gets his final loss at the arena run, that would be a guaranteed win for Anfal.
On a positive note, though, Pasca's teammate is Boozasaurus, so it is looking like that, at the moment, Red will at least most likely win the BG section of this pentathlon.
Yep.
And we'll probably end up at 1-1 here, I would imagine, barring any craziness.
Yep. Booz switched up his comp just a little bit. We're able to find a Macaw and his Security Rover, buffed up our Security Rover, and our Macaw's Death Rattle Trigger is spawning the Zoth, so he is destined to lose this. He has a 99.8% chance of a loss.
Doesn't seem relevant. This is a 99.9% loss for your 54% lethal. These trades are not going well. It looks like urmumked is going to need to see himself out of Ysera's lobby here.
5, 9, 11,
and the damage totals up to 15. That is going to end the Battlegrounds portion here. Boozasaurus surviving as urmumked picks up an 8th place here. That is going to give Boozasaurus a 2-0 victory in the best of 3 in the Battlegrounds portion.
Like I said, I looked over and saw that urmumked started going back to buying pirates. I think that really cost him in that fight there. He just needed to lean dragons and just try to make that Razor Gore as big as possible. You might still have lost that fight, but that Razor Gore would have minimized a ton of damage. It could have possibly still been in it. So,
all right. So moving off of the Battlegrounds now, since that section has been decided, I put the scoreboard up on the screen here, showing where we are currently standing. As thank you, Icicles, for keeping us surprised with Arena, where we're at 2-2 for Pasca and the red team, and Anfal sitting at 3-0 in gold right now. So we're going to go ahead and pop on over to Pasca on the main screen here while we get the Brawl portion set up, since that's the next event. So that'll be WickedGood versus NejiBoston.
Sorry, I was just laughing because urmumked told Ron that he just threw. He was like, GG's, I threw.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that just happens. You know, he wasn't able to find the pirates early. Had a confusing opportunity to pivot to different things and just wound up being pulled in 2 different directions and got knocked out quick.
Absolutely. It's stuff like that. Like, obviously, as patches, you wanted to lean pirate still, but, you know, sometimes you gotta go against your hero power and just do what you can do to try to beat Booz. But that's all right. Now we get to watch some Arena.
And Pasca's in a looks to be a tough spot. Paladin's developed a True Silver. He's got a couple reactive 5-drops, but I think playing the Battlefiend makes a lot of sense here to have something that gives him a better turn later on. Anfal right now is up pretty heavily in his Game 4 match against the Druid. Hits a multi-shot on a stealth Scorpid, so denying his opponent any extra value from that. Set his opponent down to 11 going into the Druid's turn 6. So looking pretty good for Anfal to pick up his 4th win. back on the main screen. Pasca staring down a 5-5. Does have a good answer for it now. Those two Rusty Raiders should be able to clean this up pretty easily. I imagine that White Forge Crusaders probably not going to get him much value here, but a War Golem is probably not terrible in Arena either.
You tell me with a handful of neutrals that there's a possibility that Crusader's not going to do anything on the Battleground?
It's unlikely he's playing pure Rogue. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Arena works, but I don't think this is pure Rogue.
I mean, we can check the tape. We can go back to the beginning of the stream and double check.
It's true. It's true. We could do that. I imagine it's going to tell us that there are quite a few neutrals in the deck.
At least 6 of them.
The Valkyrie coming out, it actually might make sense for him just to play it as a 7/7, just to keep the pressure on his opponent while he controls the board without much recourse. We'll be coming back the other way.
I like it. Play a big minion, trade. I mean, next turn that 7/7 can start going face. Need to do something.
Yeah, especially with the Russian hand, you know, be able to protect it. So if he goes a little bit more passive with the Glen Creeper and the Flyfish. No dragon, but this does give him a wider board in case he needs it against Paladin's response. Meanwhile, Anfal is just about wrapping up game 4. I'm not sure what the Druid's going to pull off here to come back, but Anfal is definitely having a really good arena run. This is a little bit awkward for Pasca. The Raider helps a lot, but I think he's going to maybe think about, oh, okay, so he's gonna Hero Power down and keep his minions alive instead of playing Invested Goblin. I guess that makes sense. Just gives him more options to do in the next couple turns.
Now, I'm no Arena expert, but I do watch a lot of my friends play Arena, and from what I learned is you try to keep your minions on board as long as possible and use your health as a resource way more than you typically would in a normal Hearthstone game.
What I learned is BrushyTuna has friends.
Just one.
What? Nonsense.
And he came back, just as he said it.
Ron's not my friend. You're my friend, Donde.
So the Druid felt like he was in a good spot with a Loosen Bark and another taunt down at 6 life, but Hunter does what Hunter does, pushes the button, plays a Pit Crocolisk, and Anfal takes his 4th game to move to 4-0 on his run.
Oh my goodness. Anfal just beating up everybody. Doesn't matter who. He's coming for you.
Yeah, I think Anfal's draft was really strong, and I think Pasca's draft was okay, but definitely not as strong as Anfal's. So I definitely.
Lurker Below seems like a really good pickup for Pasca here.
If Pasca could play this turn, that would be disgusting.
It won't come into play this turn, but it's certainly a really good option for future run. Anfal's game 5 is against another Druid.
For an update on the Battlegrounds, Booze placed 6th place.
Held his own pretty well with a 3rd and definitely, you know, earning his victory over urmumked. Nicely done from Boozasaurus with winning the best of 3 in 2.
Looking at the arena games, not too much happening in Anfal's game at the moment. For Pasca, he's waiting for this Paladin to determine what he wants to do, sitting on 9 mana, 6 cards in hand. Could have some decent options here. Yeah, I'm kind of guessing at what would be an arena deck. Oh my gosh, okay, so apparently we're waiting on our decision making all the way through. I guess this does get punished by the ambush. So maybe that was the hesitation on playing Twin Tyrant in a very obvious place for it, but definitely nice to have that ambush down for Pasca. Be able to immediately answer this Tyrant and develop on his side. At this point, we have to see the 7/7, right? I mean, I've been waiting for it all game to finally get it. Very excited about this. He does not get 5 random Paladin cards, much to no one's surprise. But a 7/7 is still a good name at this point in time. And not going to have an answer from the Paladin side, so that 7/7's going face.
Yeah, this is going to create a lot of damage for Pasca.
You ever play, I guess you wouldn't want to give your opponent a Plague of Madness here to be able to have an answer for your 7/7 since it's a slightly higher life total. But that being said, I mean, you could throw down a number of taunts to protect it and play the Lurker below to clear out the side minions. We'll see what Pasca decides to do here.
Given the placement of the minions for the Paladin that Pasca's up against, Lurker below might be a consideration to hold back. Just play the Orc and trade the dagger into the 1/1 and re-dagger.
Yeah, this is a pretty good positioning against the Rogue's Lurker below that you definitely are expecting. It is not the greatest Betrayal position, but it's really good Combustion positioning. So a little bit of a mixed bag there from the Paladin on where his minions are going. Shout out to Based for our position discussion in the Skullman's reveal thread on the Coin Concede Discord.
Nice.
Or maybe that was on the Twitch channel. I don't know. I talk to everyone in so many different places, it's hard to keep track.
Who even knows anymore?
There are people everywhere.
This is looking a little better for a Lurker below turn. Yeah, just keep playing out those minions, Mr. Paladin. Just put them all in a row.
Yeah, this looks like an amazing Lurker below for Pasca. You know, anytime you can play Lurker below in your rogue deck, you gotta do it.
You do it. Yeah.
What a beautiful clear. The opponent emoting well played.
You love to see it when you're on your second loss already. So Pasca in a pretty good position here in his game 5. Meanwhile, update on Anfal. Apparently he's playing against Token Druid, which isn't going super well for him as a hunter. He's still in the game, but it looks like he's facing his first real challenge in this arena run. So we'll have to wait and see if he's able to pull something back.
Oh, is that?
Oh, it is.
It
I
is
think
illegal.
he gets to go stealth. Oh, you have to style and go stealth with the Scorpion on killing your opponent.
Oh man.
Oh, boo.
He's still
Wait.
bro, no.
What?
He didn't.
Oh, Pasca misses the lethal. Wait, no. Styles a different way with
He's
the
still
Plague of
okay.
Madness actually.
No, because he couldn't attack and
Yeah,
he used
'cause
the
the
Plague of
swing.
Madness attack.
I think he's okay, but still. I guess it's one of those things when you don't play Scorpion. Oh no!
Yeah, there's
When you don't play Scorpion often, you forget
a
that it's
heavy
go face.
punish.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The
So-
Plague of Madness can still get through that. He just has to trade the Scorpion first, so he still won't have lead. Will be close again.
Yeah, he's still probably okay here.
Can just play the Draconid and the Plague
Yeah.
of Madness. Trade a 5/2, trade your poison weapon, go down to 6 health, but it's fine. You have a 7/7 taunt. Send 6 face.
that your opponent can't trade into with his version of the Plague of Madness because he would just die.
It's gotta feel bad to have the damage for lethal, miss it, and then have your opponent immediately heal with the Divine Shield taunt.
Your feeble magic amuses me.
Yeah, not too many possibilities for the Paladin to answer back here.
The victory.
And Pasca picks up his 3rd win, so he moves to 3-2.
Alright, got to be a little bit of a nail-biter at the end there, but Pasca's still alive.
And we'll switch over to Anfal's cam real quick and give you an update on what's happening there. He has started to take control of this game against this Druid, looking to move to 5-0 if he can close this out.
Yeah, Anfal looking very strong on this board as far as minions, health, and basically
But Grand
everything
Slam follow-up, yeah.
but the card advantage, although Grand Slam represents 12 face damage on an empty board, so this is going to be very hard for the Druid to win.
Valera versus
I would love to know what these random arena players would think about somehow being just spectated by about 20, 30 people right now. It's kind of fun.
Should be extremely excited about it. Right, do we have lethal with the slam here? Got 8 on board, and at least 6 going face. Oh, never mind, this is a minion. Okay, so that could...
Still possible.
It is possible. Grand Slam seems like the ideal play here anyway.
Yeah, I think you just rip the slam immediately. You don't even care what the math is. You just do it because it's your strongest play.
Right.
Math is for people who get second place.
Who needs math anyway?
Who needs math?
Math is for suckers.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't lethal, but that's pretty
That's why
close.
Ron does math.
Nice.
Victory is yours.
Alright, Anfal wraps up game 5, moves to 5-0.
Down goes the Druid. I think it's interesting to note that this username of the Druid player was gotta go, and he decided he's gotta go and get out of this game and fall with a strong 5-0.
Was that the best you had, Ron? I was. You decided to gracious all with that joke, huh?
Hey, listen, buddy. At least I try over here. All right.
I mean, I'd rather say nothing than a lame joke. Just saying.
As we now move into hour 2 of the coverage, the sniping begins.
As if it hadn't already started.
It started
Watch your
like 2 years ago. It hasn't stopped.
Actually, I'm pretty sure by your math, Tuna, it's like 3 or 4
6 years
years
ago.
right? Because you consider every season to be a year, even
Listen.
though it's very clearly not.
It's 6 years in
It's all right.
in 20 years.
It's all right. We
Math is-
tolerate
like I
Tuna.
said-
He's a little bit developmentally disabled, but we are
Like
an
I said,
accepting
math
crowd
is for
here.
people who get second place.
My goodness. So we got Pasca queued up here in game 6 against the Demon Hunter. We have pointed out that Demon Hunter might be one of the weaker classes in Arena, so we'll see if Pasca can take advantage and keep his hopes alive for catching up to Anfal. Looking reasonable from this point, and that Reborn minion always a challenge, but a couple of decent options to taking care of it. Rusty Raider seems like a very good Arena card.
Rusty
Yeah.
River is absolutely a very strong arena card. It looks like Pasca has a decent board advantage at this point.
1-1 feels pretty good. Wow, the Demon Hunter close to 3 mana. Seems pretty rough. And makes a lot of sense here. Get a couple more resources. Nice combo with the Flyfish, giving either the Twin Tyrant or the Evasive Draconid buff if it dies.
Yeah, very nice to have 2 dragons in hand with that minion on the board. Meanwhile, you know, though, Anfal at 5-0, he just keeps on rolling. It's going to be really hard for Pasca to win this challenge because a single loss means he's out, and Anfal already has the 2-game lead on him.
And Anfal's currently in game 6 against a Rogue. Just kind of doing what he does every single game, taking control of the board early and just beating his opponent down. So, you know, there's no signs of him stopping at this point.
Anfal doesn't have time to slow down. Gotta go fast.
Anfal
Gotta
is the
go
one that's
fast.
on the stream at the moment. We are just getting NejiBoston online here, so he and WickedGood will be ready to start their Brawl best of 3 momentarily.
Nice. And much props to Donde for reaching out to Blizzard in advance and making sure that they actually had a Tavern Brawl that was usable for this all-star competition. It's excellent forethought and planning, and all props to Donde. That was very smartly done.
On a related note, the Hero All-Star match will be next Saturday, and I am already clenching, hoping that Tavern
Oh,
Brawl
God.
works out for that one.
Oh god, make sure you reach out to them again, Donde. Quick!
Yeah, I wasn't specific enough, so I'm gonna have to send a DM to Alec, I guess, on Twitter and let him know. Like, come on.
Smart thinking.
Just this one time, please.
Pasca looking really strong here in Game 6. Big board advantage. Demon Hunter down to 10 life. With the Ultra 2 Warblades, could be something, but looking like he is going to move on and head on to Game 7.
Also, interesting side note, in Anfal's arena match, we saw that Pasca got a lurker below in his rogue game. Anfal has just been on the receiving end of a lurker below from his rogue arena opponent in his game 6.
Seems to be the trend tonight.
So, yeah, very, very interesting to see all these rogues playing lurker below.
New rogue legendary. Lurker from below. Injury
Seems good. Well, I mean, there was the caverns below, so maybe that's what was in them.
That's true. Can you wait? Hold on, Donde. Can we never bring that card back?
I would not even for a second disagree with you.
Yes, kill it with fire.
Can we just delete it from everyone's memory? I'm sorry for anyone who had to struggle through that.
They tried so hard to get rid of that card.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna
like
have a commercial in like 6 years where it was like, were you beaten down by caverns and below? Well, you may be entitled to compensation.
It was Demon Hunter before there was Demon Hunter getting nerfed 3 separate times and still surviving.
Did it hit 4 nerfs? Wasn't it nerfed 4 times?
I lost track. You might be right. I don't trust your math, but you still might be right.
No, that's right. Math is for second place people.
Staying on brand. Gotta love it.
Right. It's even funnier if you think about the pro finals that just happened. Because we got second. Sad face.
That means we did math, I suppose.
Yeah.
What is with the consistency of the lurker below? Pretty crazy.
What do you mean? Oh, you're watching Anfal's?
Yeah, it's just still sticking.
It's too good.
It is too good. I can't believe they printed that card for Rogue somehow.
Oh.
Todd waggling on Anfal's game.
Oh my goodness.
It was triggered with a lackey.
And that's actually.
Hey, is that a Donde lackey? That
It
just
was
traded
a
in?
Donde lackey.
Looking pretty rough for Anfal here with only the Twin Tyrant left in hand, staring down the Convincing Infiltrator, and whatever's coming out of this Togwaggle Trader. Meanwhile, Pasca is trying to finish off his opponent, seemingly in a good place here, pushing for more face damage with full control of this board. Pasca is almost certainly moving on to play his 7th game.
This definitely looks like a very strong position. Certainly expect Pasca to move on to 4-2. But once again, Anfal with 5 wins already. Even if he loses this current game he's playing, if Pasca gets 1 more loss, Anfal has an easy win locked up for Arena.
I just want to say, Anfal is super lucky that he dodged that 50-50.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's still. He's still threatening the rogue in every turn, so the rogue can't play full-out aggression. He took the Xerox Crown. Interesting. I guess that makes sense because your arena cards aren't going to be as synergistic and beneficial to get for 0 versus just dropping 2 big old legendaries on the board.
It's hoping for some taunts.
Yeah, get
Those aren't taunts.
Stairs.
Those are big, though.
I saw something.
It is true. I mean, they have the correct stats to another legendary dragon that's like 8 million times better.
And Anfal, he's 4 turns off lethal. Might be able to find a way.
Ooh. Oh no, we don't have a dragon for rottenness.
Yeah, these are really good options. You might still take the rottenness just to have something to do right now.
Yeah, it's just the best overall statted, so it makes sense.
I guess what feels bad is just going to die to a Vagrant anyway.
Yeah, but
at least that's not going based
to
in return.
To be able to drop a minion that is at least take some damage off of his face for right now.
And Pasca wraps up his game, so he officially moves to 4-2.
And with 2 more finds from Ysera, this rogue is very likely going to be closing out the game on the next turn. A couple turns away from Anfal being able to win unless he draws the game winner. That doesn't look like a game winner. This is probably going to be Anfal's first loss.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah,
played.
it is just lethal on board.
So Anfal drops to 5-1. So for that crazy start, he's only 1 game up on Pasca now. 5-1, 4-2. So Pasca is on the razor's edge of 1 game and he's out. He is kept up and finally lived long enough for Anfal to take a loss. So it's still looking like Anfal's series to lose, but a little closer than it was not too long ago.
Absolutely, some hope for Pasca. As it turns out, Anfal 5-0, but his weakness was a flamin' Cheeto.
I think really the takeaway tonight is that Lurker Below is an outstanding rogue card.
Absolutely is.
Pasca matched up against a Warlock for his Game 7 with a coined Scrap Imp right away. That seems like a pretty good start for Arena.
I mean, that's a pretty good start for Standard as well.
And for Anfal, his Game 7 is going to be a Hunter Mirror.
Rexa versus Rexa. Let the hunt begin. Bring it on.
Pasca figuring out what line gives him the best chance of responding to a whole bunch of buffed minions coming up soon, and just plays down the ringleader without a combo, just to have something on the board. Opts for that over an ambush or Waxmancy.
Also, I don't know if we have Anfal's current starting match on screen yet, but can I just say these names in Arena are pretty incredible so far. Anfal's current opponent is Potato, and I'm here for it.
It has to be Potato, right?
Well,
You
and
would think
last
that-
match was Flamin' Cheeto, which, by the way, the graphic covers the names of the opponents. So.
Oh no!
Oh, unfortunately.
So if you see a
Also,
good one, you gotta
okay.
shout it out.
Yeah, Icicles, I think you're absolutely right. It probably is Potato. That's a great spot there.
Makes sense. Why would you say it twice unless you're saying it differently? It's like Icicles, Icicles. I should really rename myself. To have
I
my name
should.
said twice.
100%.
Ice, baby.
The name's so nice, you have to say it again.
What? No, it's twice. Did you say that just to make me mad, Ron?
It's actually a Nick Kroll joke.
Oh, okay. I don't listen to bad comedians.
We are,
Wow.
we are growing away
Random
from.
shade, okay then.
That's a Nick Kroll being like, what the hell did I do?
Nick Kroll just tuned into the stream. He's like, wait, what?
Nick Kroll's just sitting in Twitch chat right now like, what?
Who is this tuna guy? I hate this guy.
My goodness.
I don't insult him because Ron likes him. That's the only reason.
I didn't even say I liked him. I just heard.
I mean,
the
you
joke.
quoted him, so.
It's a good joke.
Anyways, back to Hearthstone.
Well, we are cutting away from Anfal right now on the main screen because NejiBoston and WickedGood are starting the best of 3 Brawl. So we'll be hopping into that as soon as that is available to me.
Oh, fantastic! All right, let's get over to this Brawl, and I'm excited for this Brawl because this is one of the more the flavor text goes. This Tavern Brawl is just a hallucination. These aren't my beautiful cards. This is not my beautiful deck. Your deck's overflowing with hallucinations. Go see how the other side plays. And it seems the key to this Brawl is actually choosing a class that has bad cards, so your opponent gets bad cards.
So another update from Pasca's game. There was a Nightshade Matron play that discarded a Hand of Gul'dan. So apparently Pasca just took his rogue deck to standard ladder and is playing against just a plain old Zoo Warlock. Good luck.
Speaking of Ron's strategy, both players here playing Warlock.
There you go.
Which infamously has some of the worst cards because a lot of them destroy your own mana crystals and such.
I am trying to get into the game here, but I'm having a friendless spasm, so to speak, here right now. So there we go.
Well, use your same contact Donde, that you got to have this Tavern Brawl, and tell them to fix that issue as well. Please and thank you.
Alright, we are now in the game, so we can bring that up on the main screen. Here we go. We will continue to have the tavern, or not the tavern, but the arena action up in the top right of your screen there. That'll be Pasca. But for now, we are spectating with on the bottom Team Gold. That is going to be NejiBoston. Up top is Team Red. That's WickedGood.
My game crashed. I was staring at the same cards for like a minute 30 now.
Good job, Booze.
Listen here. Don't wish that bad voodoo on me.
Don't you put that evil on me.
Don't you do it, Ricky Bobby.
Alright, and we've got hallucinations galore as Neji cards here. Interesting option with the Dreadsteed. That sticks permanently, but looks like he favors the Soul Infusion. That is going to be a buff on a minion, which frequently is quite good.
Just a quick update from the arena. Anfal takes down Potato, moves to 6-1. Meanwhile, Pasca is really up against it, against this standard Z Warlock that he found in arena. On his turn 6, already at 15 HP with a lot of damage coming back his way. Next turn, if he can't figure out a way to deal with this. So we could be close to the end of the arena portion of our event tonight.
And once the arena portion ends, we will be letting the dungeon runners know. That's going to be Shoebacca versus mojopowell. They will be running through the Kobolds and Catacombs dungeon run. You know, it's the only solo adventure that's actually named Dungeon Run. So we will be setting them in motion as soon as the arena portion is done, and we'll do the same type of thing here where we kind of follow along with them in a picture-in-picture format while the Brawl portion plays out on screen.
Right, in this Warlock mirror so far, it looks like WickedGood has a little bit of the advantage so far, but NejiBoston collecting quite a few cards and some interesting options as well, especially with that Plague of Flames draw. We're going to see an absolutely crazy match, I would expect, given the randomness of these hallucinations.
Isn't this what people love? I mean, people love box. People love Slaying Prime. Randomness galore.
Hey, you gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, man, that's why we got best of 3 Battlegrounds tonight.
That's right.
That's right. On the fly. Change his decision. Just upsetting we couldn't go to a third one. I wish we could have went to a third one, but, you know, it is what it is.
NejiBoston still without really any great way to this 3/6 Blood Witch on the board from WickedGood, who keeps being able to push a decent amount of damage. Now playing Kara Kazam, a card that I had completely forgotten about its existence. Summoning Kara Kazam, summoning a candle, a broom, a teapot, 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3.
We do have the option to clear, though, for NejiBoston, because we can Unstable Fellbolt, play out both our 1-drops, and plague away the board, if we so choose.
Update from the arena. Pasca is in a very rough spot, facing down, lethal on board. He can't play a taunt. His opponent is sitting on the back half of the Plague of Madness knife, and we just need to find either some rush or some slight additional damage to finish this off. But see how this wraps up. He's not dead yet. He's technically alive. But there are a lot of cards that could be in the Warlock's hand to finish this game off.
Yeah, I can see that. Pasca sitting on 7 health. Danger. Using the Arena Series to Anfal.
Doesn't look like the Warlock has lethal yet, but he has just filled the board with more minions, and barring a rogue puzzle box or some other sort of craziness, this is going to wrap things up for Pasca's arena run. Draws a Shiv.
We see WickedGood answering NejiBoston's first power turn that he's finally had all game. You know, having a Siphon Soul to deal with the Divine Shielded Poisonous buffed minion. And looks like NejiBoston is going to have to just coin out a Nether to clear up this board.
And
WickedGood is only 5 damage off lethal on NejiBoston right now.
We'll do it. Pasca has lost game 7 and wraps up his arena run at 4-3. Anfal sitting at 5-1 has clinched the arena portion of our event. So, congrats to Anfal and Gold Team.
Was he 5-1 or 6-1?
He was 5-1. He's currently in his.
Wait, no, he was 6-1, right? Because he beat Potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I had him on the mobile, so I didn't see.
Regardless, 5 wins was enough because Pasca's run ended at 4-3, which evens this up overall in the All-Stars 1-1. And we may be seeing a change in that shortly as well, with WickedGood having an option maybe for a Doom Guard here. Going to be able to push some damage.
Gonna play out a vanilla 4-6, no battle cry trigger. As WickedGood did not take damage this turn. Gained lifesteal on his spider.
And there's 3 hallucinations in hand for NejiBoston. So if there's any way to get out of this current, situation, it comes down to randomness.
Well, I mean, hallucinations, not randomness. I mean, you gotta.
It's mostly randomness. There is discoveries.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Job done. I am only more deadly.
With the Dark Bomb in hand, that's enough for WickedGood. That's going to be a victory in this Tavern Brawl here. Getting right through the taunt, has enough to get through.
NejiBoston sees it before WickedGood can put the swings in and concedes. Going to game 2 here in the Tavern Brawl event. Red team needing a win out of NejiBoston.
And with the arena runs wrapped up, we're going to shortly get started with the dungeon runs. That will be Shoebacca and mojopowell taking on the original dungeon run, the Kobolds and Catacombs version. We will continue broadcasting the brawl between NejiBoston and WickedGood, but just want to let everyone know that the dungeon run is about to get underway.
And Ron and Brushy will be following that action as that progresses. So we're kind of flipping roles here, where Icicles and I will be handling most of the casting of the brawl from this point forward, and they will be our sideline recorders, so to speak.
So moving into game 2, Wicked sticks to the Warlock. Meanwhile, Neji has switched to the Warrior, looking for a little bit of an edge here with a different class. It was interesting. My feeling on this brawl was that you wanted to pick a class that had bad discoveries, and my first time playing it, someone queued Demon Hunter against me, and that was great for me. So I guess Neji feeling like Warrior is a lesser choice in this instance for the discoveries that WickedGood is going to be working with. couple interesting options here. Don't know how much self-damage the Warriors end up doing, but I guess getting Warlock cards gives him a decent chance to feel like he's going to be able to do that, so he takes the Spellstone. And the Gnome Ferratu is just a nice little 2-3. Imagine this is probably going to be twisted. Knowledge of the Shadow Bolt is reasonable as well, but kind of like just having additional value in these types of brawls, just to have more things to do. I mean, you're already getting a bunch of Warlock cards, why not get even more? Meanwhile, WickedGood is playing full out Lackey deck, the old Quartermaster, and a Donde Lackey.
Alright, and mojopowell's dungeon run is underway. He's starting off against a wee whelp. And looks to have strong control over the first game here.
Which class did you pick for Mojo?
Mojopowell is a warlock.
Oh, interesting. So Neji's 2 Discover options here. Takes the Imp Gang boss with the first one. Might seem to go okay with the Inferno as the second one. Shadow Flame is a decent option as well for some removal. I suppose Cho'Gall with some of the spells that he's got with the Amethyst Spellstone and Iron Forge Portal kind of offsets the damage component of Cho'Gall's cost, so that could end up being a pretty good swing for him coming up on turn 7. Burns the Hallucination. Quite punishing for WickedGood. One less way to discover warrior cards. Wicked with another option to take a Quartermaster, just keep racking up the lackeys. Soul 3 is not a terrible option either for a little bit more board control.
Your soul shall be mine.
I told you kobolds to... Oh, what have we here?
Taking the Worgen for Rush, just to continue owning this board. I think Neji is probably looking forward to his Cho'Gall turn to kind of swing his back. In the meantime, I might be playing a Portal here. I could be looking at a Gang Boss with a couple Discovers. We'll see how he decides to respond back to a somewhat threatening board. Looks like he's hovering over that Portal to give himself a random 4-cost minion. And pulls one that's not super great on its own, Corpse Taker without any of the buffs. Just a regular 3-3 that gets traded off pretty easily either by the Soul Rays or the 3-1 on the board. So Wicked looks to continue his commanding position here. There is some commentary behind the scenes about whether or not it's possible to even lose in the first 2 games of Dungeon Run, and let me tell you that it is possible. I don't want to talk about it, but let me just say that it is possible.
Well, we'll have to take your word for it on it because I have never seen that.
I think I lost to the rat because, I don't know, something happened where I didn't have an answer to 6 rats on the board with a Timberwolf, and I just died. And I was like, okay, that just happened. Meanwhile, in a game that is less likely to go so wrong for either player, Neji trying to claw the way back into this, still facing down with Soul Rays and a board on WickedGood's side. Wicked just keeping up the pressure. Looking at potential Wrench Caliber option here. Just turning this into a full-out Bomb Warrior deck with the Quartermasters, Wrench Calibers, and all sorts of warrior goodness. He does opt for the Wrench Caliber. It'd be a nice follow-up to the Soul Race once it's done. Darius Crowley looks like a good option, but he could take the Grime Street Informant to have something to play this turn. Nope, takes the Crowley. Good option for future. Just, wow, another Wrench Caliber if he wants to execute, and then opts for the Grimy Gadgeteer just to start buffing. Probably that Crowley could be the lackey, but either way, he has something in hand to buff, and WickedGood just really taking control of this game. Not a good option to pair with Shoebacca here if Neji wanted to play it, but we'll see what he decides to do. He has the hallucinations to try to fish for something useful, but really falling behind in this game. Not the best options off the first hallucination. Takes the Silverware Golems for a random 3/3. Plays another hallucination. Looking again at two options he can't even play that probably wouldn't do much for him, and another essentially vanilla 3/3 in the Void Terror. He plays his last hallucination. Gets a Librarian and Dreadsteed, neither of which are going to give him much to do here. Goes for the Librarian, trying to draw something else, possibly another hallucination. Gets a Weapons Project, gives him some armor and something to do right away. But it looks like WickedGood is in strong command of this game. And could be closing out the Brawl portion of this event.
Yeah, as the Brawls tend to be, sometimes they can be pretty high variance, unfortunately. This would be one of those Brawls.
Anyway, WickedGood looking at a buffed Crowley already, with two pretty weak minions on the board. You can put down something that Neji's just simply not going to have an answer for if he decides to go that route. Starts with the hallucination. A couple interesting options. Kali wouldn't be playable this turn. Cleve would clean up the board, but I mean, he already has a Crowley and the weapon to do that, so that might just be a contingency plan for later. I like the Kali. He is in a dominating position, so might as well just take the biggest, baddest option.
Yeah, despite the fact that there will be no minions to draw from the deck, it still seems like the best idea there.
Right. I would expect Kali to... Yeah, pretty good. I wonder if he... No, I imagine he plays Crowley, because he does have another minion for this Grammy to buff. And unless Neji has a Brawl sitting in his deck, or get something pretty crazy off this hallucination.
Twisting Nether would be the answer, I believe.
Abyssal Enforcer does a lot, but not quite enough, because that will still represent lethal on board. And that's it. WickedGood takes game 2. Closes out the Brawl portion of this event.
Alright, well congratulations to WickedGood there. The Warlock really paid off for him.
Yeah, that's an interesting Brawl there where obviously you want to take a class where your opponent is going to benefit the least from the cards that they can get off of the hallucination. And it did appear to be Warlock. Was not a very, very good class for that Brawl. Well, good for you, not good for your opponent, I should say.
Exactly. Also had the added benefit of having the hero power to draw more hallucinations and find more cards from your opponent's class that can win you the game.
And as we'll update here on the scoreboard, which will reflect that red is up 2-1 right now. So if the dungeon run does not go Shoebacca's way, then this is going to be over.
This is true, and currently the players are just slightly out of sync. Sync them up right now. We're going to have Shoebacca and mojopowell doing our dungeon run here, and both players moving on to the third boss in just a moment.
Yep. Shoebacca is on Hunter. That is the class he chose to bring.
Interesting thing about this dungeon run, actually, we are unable to spectate what their choices are during those in-between turns. So we are only going to be able to spectate the games, and we might be in for some surprises with what the players are offered and what they choose to add to their deck, which will be a very interesting, different element of spectating these matches.
Absolutely. I know Shoebacca took the Death Rattle's trigger twice, as well as some sort of Barnes package. So. Ooh, there's a Lich King in his deck. Okay.
And there we see Shoebacca take the second boss down, Elden Brandamar.
Be taking loot now. Classic adventurer.
All right, so we are able then to move on to the third boss for both players. Can we give Mojo the go-ahead to continue?
Yes, we can.
Excellent.
And we will be, in addition to having this running alongside the final event, which will be the best of 5 of Avi versus Adamos, that's going to be coming up shortly.
All right, and that gets into our competitive aspect of this
hold
set
on.
of matches.
This has all been competitive the whole time, Ron.
My bad.
The
the constructed standard competitive portion of these all-star
Ron is
matches.
casting shade on every other game mode that offers.
Ron's like,
Arena,
not playing standard.
pointless.
Lame.
Battlegrounds, meaningless. Brawl, waste of time.
Alright, Shoebacca's third boss is Candlebeard.
And Mojopowell is up against Graves the Cleric. I also definitely enjoy the fact that Mojo has already started emoting his opponent. Well played by Mojopowell. He's gotten some responses from Graves, and it is excellent to hear.
It's important to let the AI know where it stands in the hierarchy.
Yeah, Shoebacca just does not care about just threatening his opponent. Just nothing, straightforward. Pretty boring.
Oh man, you gotta spam those emotes.
You have to.
For those watching right now, of course, on the main screen is Shoebacca's run, and up in the top corner there is Mojopowell. So just so you can keep track of where we're at right now with in regards to the picture-in-picture.
And Mojopowell's Warlock is running 2 Molten Giants. So definitely looking to damage himself and get some power on the board.
Shoebacca did adapt his beast and got plants off of it, and because of his passive hero power, or the passive of triggering twice, he will get 4 plants after this trade.
Mojo is pushing a ton of damage. Graves the Cleric looks completely screwed. Plays a Temple Enforcer. That's not going to do a thing. He's dead on. Mojopowell's going to advance.
Ooh, Mojo a little ahead of Shoebacca here. We're still punching Candlebeard in the face.
And that is going to be a
No.
victory. For
Candlebeard has a vicious fledgling. Oh no, and it has charge. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it didn't get Wind Fury. Alright.
That's definitely a nerve-wracking moment there for Shoebacca, I'm sure.
Shoebacca does take down Candlebeard. Moving on to boss 4.
Alright, boss 4 also up for Mojopowell right now, and it is Fatic the Thief.
Ooh. Hope he doesn't steal
No
anything.
idea what this hero is. I assume a rogue, since it's called the Thief.
That's what you'd think, but he probably steals something from your deck or your hand. If I remember
The hero
correctly.
power is return a friendly minion to your hand for 1 mana. Oh my goodness, we were talking about the caverns below earlier in this stream. Fatic the Thief immediately plays a caverns below, triggering flashbacks among all kinds of players.
Just perfect.
Yeah, I don't even want to really watch this anymore, to be honest with you.
As we switch to BrushyTuna's stream. I think it just kind of follows BrushyTuna that when we start talking about something that just makes someone feel not great, for example, Nimnark in his Frozen Shadow Weaver, and then it pops up repeatedly in multiple games that he's casting after that. We talk about Caverns Below in not the most wistful terms, and here it is once again taunting us with his presence. And
I saw my most hated Hearthstone card of all time from Candlebeard. So,
which would that be?
Flappy Bird. Oh, I hate Vicious Fledgling so much. I have nightmares of that card sometimes.
Whatever could be wrong with a 3/3 that dominates a game.
And despite the Caverns being played by his opponent, mojopowell has probably the perfect treasure to respond to it with the passive make your minions cost 1 more. Your opponent's minions cost 1 more ability, meaning that Thatic the Thief is going to have a much harder time completing this quest. Meanwhile, mojopowell just pushing all kinds of face damage, and he is almost there on lethal 1 off, potentially with the cards he had. Definitely has a lethal setup next turn.
One thing I think is funny about this, slash entertaining, is that obviously with the opponent being an AI, they're going to play their turns immediately, so really all of this comes down to who has the better APM and recognition to quickly play their turns and, you know, execute everything as fast as possible.
I think it mainly lies on how fast they pick their their passives and their extra cards in between matches. You know, most of these games are pretty straightforward against your dungeon bosses. It just depends on how long you're going to sit there and contemplate the cards that are presented in front of you.
But at the same time, when you're playing in-game here, it's very possible to make a quick mistake, and if you do that, you know, like obviously generally you have infinite time. Like, sit here and you'd make your decision based on all the factors and take your time. But right now, these players know that not only are they competing against the opponent in front of them, they're competing against each other and trying to do it as fast as humanly possible. So one little mistake, miscounting, or, you know, anything like that just could end up ending the run.
Yeah, and Mojo is on a right now. He just picked up another victory. Once again, also, I gotta give the edge to him because he keeps emoting his AI opponent, and I am all about that. You know, throws an emote out for some shade right before eliminating Thatic the Thief, and looks like Shoe right on his heels there.
Yep, Shoe, cool, calm, collected, no emotes needed, beats down Flurgle. So
are they both going into their 5th boss now? Is that where we're at?
Yep, halfway through the run with Mojo, about maybe 20 seconds ahead, I'd say.
And Shoe just needs to spam click whatever the first option he sees is and just get right into that next boss. Who cares if you pick some bad cards? Go!
Alright, and mojopowell is up against Blackseed, who has a 0 mana hero power that transforms a minion into a random one, costs 1 more.
And Shoe up against Womp Whisker, which has a 2 mana hero power. Looks continuous. I can't read it yet. Let everyone know here in a second.
Know all the hero powers by heart?
Negative.
Man, what kind of cast are you?
Donde, you tell me what Womp Whiskers does. Without
no problem. It's join the fray with both players recruiting a minion.
Listen, just because you're spectating as well.
Come on, Tuna. Keep up.
Donde
you didn't
cheating.
know this?
Donde cheating.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shoebacca's really gonna hope that his Lich King gets recruited. I'm pretty sure he's the one that had it.
My not the one to recruit. Oh.
Womp Whiskers puts a 4/12 in Shoebacca's way. See how Shoebacca's going to be able to respond to this.
It's a big boy.
It is. It's really sleepy though. Like it's a sleepy dragon just sitting there on his gold, minding his own business.
On the other side, this Blackseed has already evolved a Bilefin Tidehunter into an Akama, and now evolves into a Shop Copter, which was previously a Darnassus Aspirant.
Mask of Mimicry, oh my goodness, and now Shoebacca's going to have Lich Kings in hand.
Just one more.
To play that. That seems
he gets one more Lich King. It only turns
it's
Jungle
only the
Panther into it.
minions. Well,
Yep.
not if you place the Jungle Panther, it's not.
Wait, hold on. Don't do it, Shoe. Don't do it.
Oh,
Alright, good.
wow. And here we go.
Ooh, Death
We
Coil for
just
extra
had
damage.
a living mana being played from Blackseed, and Mojo Powell has an answer with Wand of Disintegration,
Oh my
which
goodness.
destroys all the mana treants and sets his opponent to 0 mana. Absolutely
Ooh.
hilarious.
I think you can tell these players have been practicing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here we go with Mojo Powell throwing out another emote to his AI opponent.
Another
Excellent.
Death Coil for Shoebacca. Did Shoebacca just take the lead?
Yeah,
About to.
Shoebacca has lethal in hand with his Death Coil. About to
And
kill
lethal on
Womp
board.
Whiskers. No, we gotta do it with style. Kill him with the
Mojo with a
card.
very strong advantage should be winning this game on the next turn, but that puts Shu slightly ahead of
ahead,
this
yeah.
race right now.
I think Shu did what I said. I think he just clicked immediately and was just like, I just need to get in my next boss. Let's go, let's go.
And this is going to be lethal very quick for Mojo Powell. He's got the victory, and he is moving on to the boss as well, so these players are very close to each other in timing.
Absolutely. Also, an update for all the arena fans out there still. Anfal did finish his run 7-3, so no 12-win key for him.
But he got the much more
Still got-
coveted win in the All-Star match.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
God.
And Mojo Powell just got the double health ability here, which is pretty big when it comes to a dungeon run. His starting health is no longer the base level. It is twice that, and that works out insanely well with the 3 Molten Giants that are already in his deck.
Wow, Ron, you don't say that when it doubles your health, it double the...
I was going to be so
Your
much
baseline?
nicer about it than he was, but he beat me to it.
Shoebacca taking on Waxmancer Sturmy with the hero power is 3 mana, summon a copy of a minion.
You know, I was actually planning on timing that with what health for this game it started with, but it took so long for the animation to that I had no clue what he was going to start with, whether it was 30 or 40. So I was like, I'm just going to have to repeat
just gonna
myself
say things.
with a synonym. Here we go.
I was really hoping BrushyTuna was going to say, well, this makes a copy of the minion, which means that it makes another minion of the same
Same
kind.
kind.
Now I see it is actually a 40 health start, so which becomes an 80 health,
80.
because 40 times 2 is 80. I can come up with a few other ways to say that. Well, if you'd like to hear it.
Yep. And Shu's new passive is your battle cries trigger twice. So not only do our death rattles trigger twice, but so do our battle cries.
I feel like we've lost Icicles somehow in this whole process.
Oh, I'm still here.
I think he's just
enjoying the
laughing
show.
at us being fools of ourselves.
That's 100% correct.
And Mojo just tapping away without a care in the world, holding 2 Molten Giants, just waiting to get them charged up and ready to be played. Has a pretty strong advantage over Gutmook, his current opponent, who has a hero power of a passive. When your opponent casts a spell, draw a card. It costs 1.
Ooh, Waxmancy Sturmy playing Sylvanas into Shoebacca's face.
Nasty.
Shoebacca's
Kinda
down
rough
to
for
20
Shoebacca.
health already. So
Yeah.
we'll see how he wants to recover.
Meanwhile, Mojo Powell on 6 mana currently has 2 mana Molten Giants in hand. This is gonna
my
get crazy
God.
fast. And he top decks a 3rd Molten Giant.
Now, it should be...
And he's throwing out some emotes. What a legend.
It should be pointed out as well here that, of course, the player who finishes first will be the winner. However, if both players are eliminated, the player that gets further wins. But if both players are eliminated on the same boss, the player that got to that boss first is the winner. So technically, if both of them lose on this boss, Shoebacca would be the winner.
Yeah, Mojo's not losing on this boss.
Yeah, I was mostly talking about for Shoebacca. It was mostly
Shoebacca's
for his
getting
benefit.
whooped up by
Shoebacca's in trouble
Waxmancer
here.
right now.
Meanwhile, Mojo just still throwing out more emotes here on his opponent.
Boss.
He did actually emote the oops because he was playing so fast. 2-mana molten giants. He actually played 2 of them for 2 mana before tapping to make them 0, and then emoted the oops, and then played the last one for 0. But
he does
that
swing
is
the
the
lead
victory.
back in his favor. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, whether or not Shoebacca even gets out of this is up for debate right now.
Waxmaster had a crazy start. Just started copying Misha's for like 3 straight turns.
In fairness, you're never
pressure.
happy to see Waxmancer as your opponent in Dungeon Run. That's one of the best opponents you can face.
Yep. And Waxmancer steals Shoebacca's 8-2. Has his own 8-2.
Mojo gave me an update. He is currently running 5 Molten Giants in his deck. And he is starting this game against Jiru, an opponent that has a 1-mana hero power. Each player draws 3 cards. And Mojo is starting off this battle with 90 health to Jiru's 40.
Oh no!
Alright. I mean, it's gotta happen. It picks the biggest minion, copies it. Waxmancer has its own Lich King.
Mojo burning cards very quickly. This hero power just constantly being pressed, just burning cards for both players.
Things are not looking good for Shoebacca right now.
Plays a Dark Fisher, burns some more Mountain Giants.
A taunt? Oh. Alright, we got multiple shots at taunt if we want it. Oh, there's a taunt.
And when you're just scrambling for taunts in Dungeon Run, you know things have gone really wrong.
Real bad, yeah. Take the taunt again. Can't kill me, I have double taunt. Dr. Boom slam down here for Shoebacca.
Mojo throwing out some more emotes. I love it.
I can't tell who's having more fun, the players or Ron watching Mojo just emote like crazy.
Hey, if you can emote an AI, please do it. It is the height of fun.
Shoebacca down to 1 health.
With the boss having a weapon on board.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Shoebacca
no.
here.
We need to somehow find lethal this turn. I don't know if we can do it.
Mojo is already fatiguing, but against his opponent who just played a Spreading Plague, he's holding a Wand of Disintegration. Very easily gets through all the taunts and pushes face damage. Oh, is Shoe dead? Shoe looks dead.
Shoe is...
Depends.
That's a weapon in hand, right?
Yeah, the Shoe is very dead. Unless somehow... No, we don't have enough for lethal no matter what.
Not anymore. Yeah, you need both response for face.
Oh.
So close.
And that's gonna do it. Shoe's gonna lose to Waxmancer Sturmy here.
Dun dun dun.
Boo. Boo,
You know what this
Sturmy.
means, right?
Game 5?
Game 5.
Game 5.
The best words in all of Hearthstone. Game 5. Well, congrats to Mojo for winning the dungeon run and not facing Waxmancer Sturmy.
And Mojo just messaged me that he's on the final boss, so I'm going to stick around and watch him continue to emote his way to victory.
Having made it this far.
Oh, we're going into it on the main screen here as well. I was just waiting for him to actually hop in before it would allow me to spectate.
Excellent. And words from Mojo, he has been informed that he has already won this portion of the competition, and what he says to that is, I'm a win anyway.
I love it.
Well done, Mojo.
Mojo not just emoting his AI opponent, but also all THL watching.
Yep. But, I mean, he is up against darkness. Let's see if he can If he can beat the darkness, this is a tough matchup for anyone.
What an absolute legend, but the darkness is a very unfair opponent.
He's cheating. Starts on 3.
Mojo does have 100 health to start, which is definitely a nice start.
I mean, when you're running Molten Giants, it's a big advantage for you.
Yeah, and probably wants to just take as much damage as possible early on. Probably just going to wait one more turn, maybe pass, tap pass again before playing a candle.
The wand's pretty good.
Candle now. Wand is very good. Probably doesn't want to play it yet. Interesting to see him not want to take more damage and discount these Molten Giants. He is still going to take 6. A tap would means he takes 8, and these Molten Giants would cost 2 each.
Yes. The darkness in Dungeon Run is like how everyone thought the darkness was going to be in Standard.
Actually good.
Actually good, yeah. But it turns out he wasn't.
Mojo throwing down a Sun Fury Protector, just getting a minion on the board, but I expect the next turn very well could just be the Wand followed by 2 0-mana 8/8s. Could also conserve the 2 candles that way. And that's what we're going to see. Wand of Disintegration. Get that board out of here. Trying to tap into another Molten Giant, since again, he does have 5 of them in this deck. But throwing down 2 of them, and that's a lot of power on board right now.
I like how he's still playing fast, as if he's on a timer.
Oh,
I respect
that
it.
hurts to see the 7-mana Twisting Nether on turn 7, though.
That's alright, we still have 3 more Molten Giants in our deck.
This is true. Probably doesn't want to play the Jiraxxus anytime soon, though, since that would cause him about 44 health in damage there by playing that.
Yeah, Lord Jiraxxus seems a little bit of a nombo. Oh, Fizzle Bang. What a blast from the past.
This is a interesting and difficult turn here being presented for Mojo.
I don't know how we're dealing with the 412. The Zeraku. This thing is incredibly annoying to deal with. And also incredibly hard to deal with.
It is a very difficult minion. Mojo just messaged me. Did he have to get Zeraku?
This is what you get for spam emoting all of Darkness's friends. He's like, alright. I see how it is.
We'd like to share with the class your message to...
I just repeated Tuna's comment to Mojo that he's being punished for emoting the Darkness's friends, and Mojo responded, "I know, they're a little mad." So he does find another Molten Giant. That's a free Sun Fury Protector as well.
How many Sun Fury Protectors do we have?
He can play a candle and destroy a couple 5/5s. Yeah, there's a lot of Sun Furies too. This has got to be like 4 or 5 of them in this deck as well.
We've seen 5 alone already. I believe so.
Yeah, I think you're right, because he played one already, and then...
I think he's played 2 already. That was the 3rd, and then his 2 in hand, yeah.
He's almost to this Zeraku, though.
This is nuts. Don't worry.
He does have the mana to jam Lord Jiraxxus. Seems a little dicey, though. He's gonna go ahead and play that Hellfire just so he can finally kill this Zeraku. And,
It was a 6/6, though.
Yeah, he summons the 6/6. I think he's fine with that since the 4/12 is finally gone, which presented a lot of issues. Mojo says he low-key forgot that Hellfire hit face and summoned the 6/6.
Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, we got
Right,
two
here comes the
Chromaguses, too.
Chromagus, and this tap is going to draw a card that gets duplicated.
Nice.
Taunts are good.
I don't know about you, but 1/3 seem real good into some 5/5s.
At this point, it sort of seems like the plan for Mojo needs to be try to win in fatigue with the massive health advantage he started with, although the darkness is just going in with damage. What's this? A portable ice wall?
Yeah, it's one of the things that you can get, like your passives and stuff, an additional. 3/5 or 3/15 can attack, freeze any minion dealt damage by it.
Seems like a pretty strong defensive option to have for mojopowell, especially when he's a little bit on the ropes right now.
Alright, Darkness. Just a little
Darkness
BM attack.
Generously gonna go ahead and give Mojo a Nether Drake and a Dark Spot in his deck. And yet another 0 mana 8/8 for Mojo.
Yeah, at this point
Yet
it's
another
operating on a
Sun
clock with no more candles to put out the 5/5, so he needs to make a push here and finish this game off. I don't know if the team's gonna do it for him.
My.
Oof.
Another Twisting Nether, and the Darkness keeps playing Twisting Nethers at the most disgustingly perfect times.
Take that, Darkness. We got one of your 5/5s.
Let me change your mind.
Alright, we've got a more armor and draw from the Darkness.
Ooh, we hit
Getting
the ice
close
wall
to
again.
The fatigue kill. Ice wall, very good to help. We can see Mojo really doesn't want to play that Doom Guard because Jiraxis might wind up being very important very soon.
Is that a betrayal? Yep.
The Darkness is telling us he takes Candle. That's his thing.
Oh
That's what he
no.
does.
Take the 5/5 for some reason.
Oh,
Darn.
that mind
I think
control
that's
takes
it.
the ice wall.
No, we can do something to a Chromagus.
And this looks like a disaster for mojopowell. Fortunately for him, he has already secured the victory. But it looks like he may not get the win for pride. The Darkness is a disgusting opponent to face. As Mojo just messaged, pretty sure I lose.
Nah, you're good, Mojo.
He's going to go ahead and emote his opponent again before the surely
Threaten him.
inevitable victory with
Top
that
deck Robert
85 health.
Yeah. Threaten him. Come on, Mojo, you can do it. Threaten him.
What would the odds that Rod Roasting gives him a win here? Would that be?
Don't tell me the odds.
Where's our math expert?
Never tell me the
And
odds.
there's Mojo finding the lethal, also emoting his opponent right at the very end. On brand to the end. Very well played. Congratulations again to mojopowell. He did get the victory, outlasting Shoebacca. Just not quite enough to get the win for pride over the Darkness.
But that being
The
said,
Darkness consumed them up.
we are ready for the best of 5 between Adamos and Aviously. Avi for Team Red, of course, and Adamos for Team Gold. The mirror match was decided on last night. Well, they didn't decide on it. They both told me what classes they were playing, and it happened to be the same. So it's Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, and then neither of them will get to play Warrior because they both banned it.
Gosh.
I think they brought memes.
You know? I don't know.
I hope so. Also, I can't spectate, obviously. Can anyone else? Or just me?
It's not a problem too. He just invited me to spectate.
And
It's not
yeah,
allowing me.
I'm just about to get this loaded up as well, so it looks like it should be working. I'll find out in just a moment.
I mean, I guess if you're not invited, then you should probably just leave.
Oh man.
Is Tuna
Yeah, see you
ever
later,
invited?
Ron.
That's not
See you
his
later,
thing, right?
Ron.
He doesn't actually go to parties.
Oh, I just show up to
Crashes
things.
them.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I
get
said that the
invited.
other night. Hey, you remember?
Hey.
If we can't get this sorted out.
All right. Well, it looks like there's no memes here, so I'm slightly upset. But we do get to see an all golden Quest Warlock, which is a plus.
That is exciting. Adamos, well known for his all golden decks. I believe I've seen an all golden Highlander Hunter from him as well. And look at that flashy golden coin in his hand, flexing on his, let's say, less well off opponents.
Less well endowed.
I wonder if Obviously just brought back his classes from last night.
It's kind of looking like it. This looks just like a face hunter that he brought in the hero
With
series.
the misdirections, yeah. Avi was like, I have no time to prep. I'll bring back the same classes.
Of course it's the right way.
I like your message, Ron. Hype!
That's right, man.
Alright, so...
If this deck is what I remember, that Phase Stalker is going to guaranteed get an explosive trap.
I think so, because I think we only saw one misdirection.
He runs 3 total secrets, 1 misdirect, and 2 explosives, and it does indeed pull an explosive.
Alright. Let's see how Adamos wants to respond. See if he wants to start healing up or just try to clear his board.
And this is the moment where I get to remind everyone of the Quest Warlock spectate bug, where if you see a card that is facing the incorrect direction, it's nothing that we can do about it. It just means that he drew a Broodmother off of a block twist. So that backwards card is a Broodmother.
Good to know.
As long as it does the healing animation, it will not crash your game when you place it.
We might just be seeing maybe I was thinking maybe a Nether Breath on the Fel.
Oh, we can still see it. We just want to draw first, you know?
Yeah, this just won't be a plot twist turn then, in that case.
That's fine for the Quest Warlock. You need to, your life total is a huge resource, especially once you know you're facing Face Hunter, that you're just trying to keep above a certain health. So if you can answer some stuff now, be able to clear the board and heal up, that's what you're going to go for.
Twist ends up being just another way to heal.
Yep.
When you don't have other options.
Like we'll probably see plot twist this turn from Adamos, because the hand is looking real bad.
And there's the Toxic Reinforcements trigger, and that's a lot of Death Rattle damage being represented on the board from Obviously.
9 damage worth of Death Rattles. We can play Crazed Netherwing and just deal 12 to ourselves and go down to 7.
Hey, you can even you can even attack face with Questing Explorer and take 2
Go down to 5. Find the lethal on yourself this turn, Adamos. Don't win the game.
But holding Sense Demons with 9 cards in hand, it does make a lot of sense to play Sense Demons, try to draw possibly double heal for 8.
Only one healing. He has 1 in hand. The backwards card, Ron, is a Broodmother.
Oh yeah, the back.
Donde literally just
I kept yeah, you're right. I was like bouncing over.
just talked
like,
about
wait,
this.
where is
I
that?
did PSA it for a reason. But it was mostly for our viewers. I didn't think I'd have to do it for our casters.
I guess Ron just like muted Donde real quick. Was like, nah, I'm good.
Good.
Something Ron not so great in the late game.
Yeah. Late game deficient RonMexico.
I was just looking at the cards in the hand. It's like, wait, there's no.
Did you see that backwards
Oh
card,
no,
Ron?
it happened again. Oh no.
I didn't do the heal animation, so your game's gonna crash when he plays it, Ron.
He plays it, yeah.
Interestingly enough, if this Moarg attacks face, it actually just straight up dies to the explosive trap.
That Moarg is not attacking face. I can guarantee you that. That Moarg's sitting here and hoping to find another breath to gain 8.
And Avi here just trying to push as much damage as possible while Adam desperately trying to stay alive to find some kind of healing to hit his power combos before just getting blown out of this game.
So he's reasonable to Cartoot here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that enough? Or do you feel like you need to play like Abyssal instead?
I think if the Cartoot is not enough, the Abyssal won't be either.
Correct. I agree with that. It's the taunt health is roughly the same, so you need the 6 extra healing is pretty good.
Yeah, because like I said, you don't want to go face with anything here. You don't win by killing your opponent first. You just outlive their damage and make them quit.
Yep. Because this is 6-8 or 6-7 worth of stats with 6 healing, and the other one's just a 6-6 taunt. So it's definitely the best play by Adam to try to survive.
I'm being called right now, so I apologize for the stream sounds.
Put on speaker. Let's all talk to them.
Hello, this is Donde.
Well, no, I mean I was being called in Discord, so we were hearing the call sound, which was Last Saloon Standing is doing their pre-show call right now. So props to them and their prep. I do appreciate it, but they did make a guest appearance here.
Yeah, you're still in that group because Ted did not want to remove the head of content from the group.
Yeah, he shouldn't want to do that because I will smack him.
You definitely should. You definitely should.
So how do we survive here?
You don't want your boss watching every move. You know, you gotta be able to hide sometimes.
Do we have to Dark Skies our own board here to get the healing from the Cartoon?
I mean, you can do that just by attacking.
No, you die.
Oh yeah, you die. That's right. He's at 2. My bad. I thought he was at 3. Forgot about the.
You explode when you attack. You go boom boom.
In other good news, we were just visited by a spam bot that has offered us a free and high quality service to increase our viewers. So great news there as well.
Oh, we weren't just visited by it. That was 10 minutes ago.
Well, I mean,
a past
technically,
bot. I like the color in over the dark.
Did happen right now in real time. It's just what's being shown.
No. We're in the future.
Okay, we exist in the future. It's
we exist in the future and the past, all the
only available to casters.
And I'll wrap it up for Avi.
And Avi finds the top deck lethal.
There goes Hunter taking game 1 over the Warlock. Not too surprising given how much damage is available in that Face Hunter deck.
Yeah, not only that, obviously Warlock trying to use your hero power to draw through your quest there, and that is completely the opposite of what you're looking to do against Face Hunter in staying alive.
Obviously said he is restarting because of the spectate bug, so he's helping us out here.
Well, let's make sure he doesn't go into collection because that's a DQ.
Oh, even in a fun all-star match.
That's right.
Donde, board member here, making sure to flex his...
We put it on delay for a reason, man.
I know, Donde.
I'm absolutely kidding right now.
It's yoke.
It's all right, man. I only worked 9 straight hours coming into this, and now we're going on hour 3 of a cast, so...
Only 9? Sounds like some rookie numbers.
Yeah, man. Well, considering I've been sick for 2 months, 9 hours is about the max I can handle.
Fair. All right, I'll give that to you. You win this round, Donde.
Hey, Donde, I hope you feel better.
Thanks, man.
Nice guy, Icicles. I like it.
It's all right. BrushyTuna gave me the best medical advice of all time last night, so...
Move a fan.
What was that? Just take it off? Oh,
just literally move a fan.
The background on that being the fact that I was diagnosed with a sinus infection, which was false, diagnosed with bronchitis, which was false, and now it's believed that I am suffering from ammonia inhalation because my cat box is near my desk, and I'm at my desk like several hours a day.
Oh no!
And the fan was blowing directly at me, downwind from the cat box, and I was just apparently breathing ammonia for 10 to 12 hours a day.
That is awful.
So me, the great friend, somewhat nurse I am, told him to simply move the fan and see what happens.
I'll tell you
Excellent
what.
advice.
That sounds like legitimate advice from BrushyTuna, which I gotta say, I'm surprised by that. I sort of expected to hear some advice along the lines of like, "Get good, idiot."
Well,
To be fair,
his name is Donde, and I like him. He's a really good friend of mine.
Didn't,
Your name's RonMexico, and I'm better than you.
Quick,
I mean,
quick, cut his mic, cut his mic.
didn't Tuna take an oath to only help and serve when it comes to medical advice? I think he's obligated.
Yeah,
to...
I'm to serve my country and protect against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And the domestic enemy is a cat box in front of a fan.
Yeah, let me tell you, these two cats, one of which you can see in my avatar, they are domestic terrorists when it comes to the cat box.
Right. So we move into game 2. Avi queuing up the rogue. Looks like we got a little bit of stealth. And Adamos taking the quest warlock for another spin.
Also, humongous Pharaoh Cat hit in the Restless Mummy for Avi.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the premier options. Probably not quite as useful in this matchup as it would be in some of the others, but still something you want to have over, a Generous Mummy or Colossus of the Moon.
Yeah, there are 2 mummies you can get, and this is the one, or actually there are 3, because you can get Grand Mummy as well.
Of all 3 mummies, it's easily in the top 2.
Easily the best one. So I have a new spectate bug that I have never seen before. Every other card in Adam's hand to me is facing the wrong way.
Oh, that's incredible.
Fascinating.
I've never seen this bug before.
Wait,
I have a bug that's telling me I'm currently spectating Avi, even though I am not.
I'm
I
just
think we might have
Mars, though.
reconnected a refresh to get his spectating working correctly.
Please, Blizzard, help me help you.
I hear that if you pre-order the $80 bundle, that will fix all of these bugs.
I ordered both bundles, and my bugs are still here.
They cancel each other out. That's your mistake.
Oh, I gave them more money, so they're upset.
Yes.
Right.
Because then they have to send you more digital cards. It just adds, costs of delivery.
Yeah.
You're not worth it, man.
I wish I could sell my digital cards back for a profit. Oh wait, I can't.
Meanwhile,
That's
in
okay.
actual game news, Adamos.
It's like a tap turn, potentially.
Hey,
Or tap
I'm back.
block list.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, tap
Are these
plot twist
both
seems
brood
like
mothers?
Probably the best. I played some Moral Foe first. I guess that gets the same effect as a tap plot twist and gets rid of a minion.
So you can save the plot twist for next turn. You tap here. Get the
Yeah,
full
looks
effect.
like he wants to just wait one more turn. Full value on plot twist.
Actually, there's arguments not to plot twists because you have Crazy Netherwing in your hand already, and most turns by the rogue here are going to be either fully answered by the Crazy Netherwing, or it's going to leave behind like maybe a 1/1 or something.
Right, which is what we're looking at here, depending on what he opts to joust at. Well, it looks like he's obviously setting up for the turn 5 top 5 role play.
Yeah, gonna be able to play a 0-mana Goblin Lackey, coin out the Togwaggle as well. Very strong setup for Obviously, and in response, we may just see Adam definitely decide on the plot twist here.
The Netherwing would contest it, being on the board, able to kill it right away, and let him do whatever he wants the next turn. Playing the plot twist now would kind of leave him at the mercy of what he draws in order to handle it. So I don't mind setting up for the Netherwing for the easy trade, knowing that Avi clearly set up the Togwaggle this turn. And he actually is going to be able to kill the 5/5 with the backstab. So, kind of
Very
punished.
nice draw off the top.
Yeah, much better to draw it now and not draw it using the wand.
Absolutely. You don't like
Ooh.
discounting 0-mana things to 0.
go.
Says, I'm going to go ahead and pour the damage into the face instead.
Avi's still stuck on playing Face Hunter that he forgot that He's no longer playing Face Hunter.
Avi staying on brand. You know, he wants to go face. He brought a Face Hunter. He's all about just hit him in the face.
And it doesn't. It's not bad just because as a rogue you don't have those sources of healing. So taking that 5 to face voluntarily just kind of makes it easier for the Warlock to find the lethal themselves.
Also a solid point.
Of course it's the right way.
Yeah, I like the questing adventure here. You don't want to shuffle that back in your deck if you can avoid it.
Sometimes you do if you're looking for like a clear-cut card to get, because then it allows you to draw an extra card off the ending of the plot twist. It's all situational. I mean, a majority of times you do not want to shuffle it back in, but there are situations where you want to leave it. So that way you have another shot at a Dark Skies or Nether Breath or something.
Well, the main reason I think of here because he's going to complete the quest guaranteed next turn.
Yeah, Adamos picking up a heal 8 off of that plot twist and is 1 card away from completing his quest, holding an active Nether Breath as well. Really kind of hitting everything he wants.
Yep. Yeah, and with the plot twist as a backup in case he draws one of his high-cost cards before he can tap into them for free, is a nice backup plan as well, because he doesn't have any of them in his hand yet.
Wand time.
What's in the wand? That's a discount from 1 to 0, a discount from 5 to 0, and a discount from 1 to 0.
7 total free mana. Not bad.
Congratulations on your 7 free mana. That easily could have been way more than that.
I guess theoretically it's only 4 discounted because you got to pay 3 into the wand.
Well, and you got to pay for the Togwaggle too. So
that's true.
Operational cost on that is about 10 mana total.
Oh, that's 1.
In the shadows.
Going face.
Avi was getting a lot of chip damage in. The double heal from Adamos was very much not what he wanted to see. Gets a little bit more damage, but now, Adam having completed this quest here, things are going to start to get ugly for Avi in a hurry.
Yeah, one thing he's missing here is an easy way to clear this board. Probably doesn't want to use the premium removal to Nether Breaths on 2/1s.
Right.
So this could be a cartoon.
I guess the one thing you're worried about for Cartoot is if you Cartoot and it gets sapped.
True.
But, I mean, you saw the stealth, so you assume there's probably no sap effects in the deck.
Probably.
On average, there's not.
Moarg, so just gonna take it safe here?
Ooh,
Or just looking for
nice
the
pickup.
card drop
that's just
first?
the body right now, but...
Yeah, it depends on how close you are to getting through your duplicates. Not knowing the list, I think we're still looking for at least a couple. I think Rain of Fire is still in there. What else would be?
Dark Skies.
Immortal Coil. Yeah, Dark Skies.
Yeah, because they threw one back.
Yeah, we don't have any, we haven't drawn any more Dark Skies. So, Dark Skies and Rain of Fires are the ones we're waiting on.
Avi picks up Galakron. It's invoked 3 times so far.
Ooh, the Sage Pharaoh Cat makes an appearance. For those who don't know, when Sage played against Silver T-Fox Demon about 2 weeks ago, he played 4 Pharaoh Cats, and 3 out of 4 battle cries gave him Colossus of the Moon.
Oh.
How about a new eye? How about a new eye?
Same reason why we call Witchy lackeys Donde lackeys, because whenever Donde plays a deck that makes lackeys, he rolls about 800 of them.
Something to be said for consistency, though.
You know...
That's true. What? Are you... Is that the end of that, Donde?
It was really the whole complete thought, to be honest with you.
You know, you're right.
Donde quickly expresses his disapproval and moves on.
That was the verbal recreation of the Alonzo Mourning gif where he nods on the bench and then comes to the realization that, yep, that happened.
That is one of my favorites.
It's
Excellent
probably
reference.
a top 3 gif of all time.
Didn't it? It won the. I think it was the Ringer that did it. Bracket. Because they always do brackets of everything. The bracket
Nice.
of the best gifts, and I think that one won. Like running away with it.
I won.
It's so
So
usable in so many situations.
It really is. He's up over the Nether Wing. I think Nether Wing makes a lot of sense here with the other breath on the 5/5 will end up being a 5/2 just to clear this board out.
He left it a 4-1.
Oh,
Another high value hit.
so do you risk playing the Soulfire, or do you care to take 9 damage?
I think you're fine with either leaving them and playing Dragon Queen.
Dragon Queen and playing the Soulfire. Make sure you don't accidentally discard it. Yeah.
Oh
Ouch.
no, not
Discards
what you want to
another. Although I just have to say, it is interesting to note that a wand from Avi discounted a grand total of 7. Meanwhile, those 2 taps from Adam hitting Dragon Queen and Nether have discounted a grand total of what?
17.
17.
Oh no, I did math. Oh
No, a
no,
lot of math tonight, but you really need to be careful.
I'm in second.
I set you up.
Stupid Ron. With your stupid setups.
And Avi
Mummy
finally
finally
using
making
that
appearance. Yeah.
mummy. Yep. Gotta clear off the Alex.
Guys, I gotta admit something.
Ron.
We have not been on the game screen this entire time.
Because you got locked at the frozen spectate screen.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Unfortunate.
I'm just kidding. I was messing with you guys, but I was expecting much harsher reactions there.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I'm looking at the live stream of Twitch
Right.
right now, and I'm like, oh no, we look fine.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but the same note is like, why would we get mad? Because we sort of come to expect it from you at least once per broadcast.
Oh.
It hasn't happened in a long time, man.
It's true. It's true. You've done well.
Thank you.
It's important that your head of content understands how to make content.
Listen, I realized the reason it was happening, and now it doesn't happen anymore. I told Markshire why it was happening.
You chased your cat out of the room when
No,
you were
that only happened one
podcasting.
time.
sounds like it's happened multiple times.
It
No.
sounds like the cats are the bane of Donde's existence.
Yeah,
right
They
now.
really are.
they're trying to kill me.
They really are.
It sounds like they actually are. Yeah.
I'm saying this while he's leaning on my neck right now, by the way.
He's just sizing you up, looking for the right opportunity.
Opening, closing its paws, like just like
Can we switch to the Donde cam where his cat is like actually trying to strangle him right now?
The cat leaning against his neck, like just making a little X on the jugular.
I'm gonna be real, if we switch to Donde cam right now, we're getting banned from Twitch.
It's because he's too beautiful, folks. Twitch can't allow something that beautiful on there.
So Adamos trying to hang in this game, plays an active Teleon to clear the board. Sitting at 12 life is starting to get to a dangerous point against the Rogue, especially with an Eviscerate already in hand and playing the Galactron for 2 1-mana cards.
Flicking.
Almost fully invoked. Finds that Inviscerate though, and that is so close to lethal right now.
And he's sitting on
We
10
have
in hand
8,
with
10. 15 damage next turn.
Probably
Yeah.
just going to swing the weapon. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Just to get as much damage as possible right now.
We have 13 bursts in hand.
We saw the Twisting Nether go away, so that's one thing.
You're gonna have to plot twist and hope for a lot of things to go right here. You could start with the Dark Skies, but I imagine that the ideal setup now is going to be getting the Nether with, I don't know if he's played both Morars. We've seen one for sure. I'm trying to recall if that first one was played.
We've only seen one this game.
Okay.
Is theoretically a play where you just Nether Breath the 4/4 and then plot twist?
No, you wouldn't heal from it, so.
Oh, wait. I thought this was a dragon. I can't read.
No, it's okay. No dragon
Plot
yet.
twist, look
we
for
go.
heal. Gonna
Found it.
Readings for
go
winners.
for some draw as well.
Still needs a little bit more healing.
Cartoot and the Moarg, and unfortunately Malagos.
Oh, healing?
But not unfortunately, Alexstrasza.
Alex
Does
ourselves.
he think he needs to? He probably doesn't think he needs to.
If Alex doesn't come down right now, the game is over.
Right.
Through any kind of taunts. Oh.
Or is he gonna try to set up a counter?
If he uses the Alex aggressively, the game is over as well. He doesn't know he's
Adam!
holding it back.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a win for Obviously here with the
Not touching
Gronk's
double
double
rare.
Abyss.
For Exacxies.
Exact lethal.
So it gives Avi a 2-0 lead, beating up on this Quest Warlock.
Team Red now just one game away from a All-Star win.
So what was the... okay, I can see it on the screen. So they both banned Warriors. That leaves Avi with his own Warlock, which last night was Zoo Warlock. And we'll see if he brought it back tonight for this match.
At this point, I would absolutely expect that it is going to be a Zoo Warlock from Avi. And we'll see if Adam decides to keep trying to find a win with the Warlock, or if he's going to want to switch to another class.
Would expect the Quest Warlock to be the best matchup of his 3 against the Zoo, right? Between Rogue and Hunter. Yeah, he's going to stick to it.
Stick with the Warlock.
And
It's a
it
Zoo
is, in
Warlock.
fact, the Zoo. Avi seeing no need to change his decks from the Hero Final last night.
I told you, he was like, I have no time for prep. Just bring back the same decks.
Just going in.
So I suppose this is one way of ensuring that you get some serious decks on stream. Donde is get the players that just played the night before and make them play their same decks again.
You know, we call it the try-hard match for a reason.
Not exactly the start you want from the Zoo. No Imp, no Expired Merchant, no Handle Dan. So just kind of playing honest Zoo, which might not be good enough against the Quest Warlock, but we'll see what he ends up with here. Transfer Shoot giving Divine Shield on this board. Probably going to be pretty useful to fight off some of that AoE. Dark Skies probably won't be affected by it, but some of the others, Craze Another Wing, Another Breath, certainly shut down by the Divine Shield, at least initially. At this point, you're probably feeling pretty safe to tap as Adamos just to keep drawing. You've got Dark Skies in hand to answer whatever else comes out from Avi. Knowing that you didn't see the Imp or the Merchant probably feels pretty good. Having both Another Wings in hand means you have a good answer following the Dark Skies. So I think this is a good start for the Quest Warlock.
Yep, looking like he was just considering some options there, but definitely wants to tap because it also gives more damage for the Dark Skies on the next turn, allowing an easier clear of the board, whatever Avi develops on this next turn.
Yeah, which is looking like it'll be the Scrap Imp drawn on turn 3. Not as fast as you want it, but also not terrible either. Knowing that you're going into the Dark Skies turn, this at least doesn't get cleaned up by it.
Yeah, absolutely an excellent top deck here going into the Dark Skies turn, but Avi taking the chance. Let's see, 7-9. Actually, not exactly taking the chance because he knows that 8 cards means he is going to have a minion survive, which could and most likely would be the Imani, which would represent a 5-1 and 5 damage coming back Adam's way if he chose to Dark Skies this board.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to wait and pick up the demons.
Dark Skies Coin Mortal Coil would be a full clear.
Correct. Yeah. And expecting that the next turn from Avi is probably going to be tap pass or something similarly passive to allow the Imp's maximum value. It wouldn't be a bad idea to use the coin here just to clear that board and stop taking damage. Plus, you still get the draw.
Looks like that's what Adam is likely going to want to go with.
Might even opt to save the coin coil.
Now that he didn't leave a 5-1 on the board, Avi throwing out the emotes.
Avi learned some mojopowell on how to emote your opponents.
I mean, Avi's also playing the best hero portrait that the game has to offer.
and clearly not happy with the
Debatable.
outcome of that Dark Skies.
No, it's not debatable. It's an opening cut.
We're gonna have to have a competition.
It's very
on the-
debatable.
on the
Nah,
stream.
Only one hero portrait is Draxus. The rest of them are not.
So picking up the matron with the handful then is really nice for Avi. Obviously would have liked to have that maybe in a different order in order to play it this turn to get extra minions for the scrap imp, but at least it gives him some reload coming into this next turn. For Adamos, would probably expect to see the coil here, maybe since demons first, just to pick up the potential for healing, although with 4 demons in the deck, still the order shouldn't necessarily matter.
Hey, you still want to sense demons first. Get rid of the 2 demon draws. Because you want to
Makes
draw
sense.
into
Also,
removal.
yeah, you can always draw that healing off the top as well.
We're back online!
And Avi gonna buff 3 minions. Also has a matron that's a 7/6 and discards a card that draws 3. Seems like the way to go.
Ooh, another scrap imp pickup for Avi.
Why do you call?
So Another Wing feels a little bit inadequate here, leading up a 7/3. Doing 3 damage to
Although
yourself.
Netherwing Coin Soulfire is an option, it might not feel all that great, but it does clear out the entire board.
Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. You don't have anything too high value in your hand that you'd be really unhappy about discarding. Probably the other Netherwing or the Broodmother would be your worst options. Just 1 for the versatility of the second Netherwing, and 2 for being able to shuffle that Broodmother back into your deck or having the taunt. So that probably is still not too concerning to just go ahead and kill
Yeah,
the
it appears to
7/3.
be the play that Adam wants to go with here, and he is going to coin out that Soulfire. We'll see what it discards.
Ouch.
It is the Netherwing, and that's got to hurt a little bit for Adam.
He does have Mora Grandfire as an option for clearing up some of the minions buffed by the Scrap Imp. Not completely cleanly, but you know, he's not out of options for AoE yet.
Computing.
For Avi, it depends on how passive he wants to be. I imagine he wants to get things on the board, having the Og Merchant potentially clear off the Sci-Fi at some point, but developing the Scrap Imp is probably the most important thing right now. And Divine Shield definitely playing a big role here to protect that 4/3 from the Netherwing. For Adamos, a couple options. Cartoot makes some amount of sense. I mean, it does probably just get eaten by the Divine Shield 4/3. So he could tap up for something else, maybe use Moral Coil to not draw, just to get a clean trade on it, keep the board somewhat clear. Summoner's a really good pickup in this matchup for future turns. Hard for Zoo to deal with too often, although the Og Merchants that give Rush is certainly one way of dealing with it. Uses the Mortal Coil just to clear off the board, leaving Avi with a not quite awakening Scrap Imp on turn and an incentive to not play minions this turn as well. Although I imagine we'll see one of the Og Merchants come down just to clear off the 5/1.
We'll probably see the Rush one come down, because I think the Divine Shield is a little more
Yeah, I agree with that. Plus, the Rocket is buffed as well, so it's a little more threatening in and of itself.
And Avi definitely just holding back, looking for maximum buffs off of that Scrap Imp. Meanwhile, Adam, once again, without great options. Yeah, Keladon off the top.
Turn too early.
Kill a single 4/2. Doesn't feel great there.
I
That's okay. Next turn, Adam does have the option of Moarg double rain of fire.
Yeah, I think Summoner makes
Push comes to
sense.
shove.
Still not finding the plot twist though, which is the card he really wants to see complete that quest.
Right.
And here come the buffs.
Oh wow, what a pickup for Avi. Grabbing that
Wow,
carpet.
and yeah, the carpet off the top. Oh, that's big.
The light protects me.
So he's going to be able to play down the Brawler. He's going to be able to get the Brawler the Divine Shield, as well as some extra health, potentially. He may hold the Divine Shield. No, I wouldn't think so. I think it just all comes down now. Force Adamos to have that answer right now.
Yeah, that's just a lot of minions, a lot of damage. Adam needs to answer, and man,
Dragon?
just imagine if he had top-decked Keladan one turn later, like Tuna just mentioned. That would have been an insane draw. Instead, he came early, and now he doesn't help.
So we can Moarg, Rain of Fire, Nether Breath, the 6/5, and then Rain of Fire again. We'll clear the board, I believe.
Probably has to be the play.
Yeah,
It has to be in that order specifically, though, since we do not have a dragon in hand.
Yeah, the only thing that would be left would be the carpet. But I think you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Nether Breath feels very bad not healing you for anything, but
I mean,
faced
take
with
it
this
6.
kind of faced with this kind of board means that you are
So it looks like he's going to try to keep his Moarg alive as well. And play the Rain of Fire first.
Yeah.
So this way he'll keep the 2-1 on the board.
Kind of don't like this because I'd rather have that magic carpet down to 1 in case I top deck a Dark Skies.
well, looks like he's respecting the carpet so much that he actually just wanted to clear it right away.
I'm better with this play now.
Yeah, looking at the rest of his hand, he's got the Keladan for like one big answer that probably doesn't need to be played anytime soon. I guess a Matron would be the one thing you'd be concerned with. You've got 2 taunts, one that gives you some healing, so this way, like, it kind of plays to what his hands is telling him to do and how to survive this game.
I mean, I'm fine with Keladan this 4/4.
I think so too. I think that's reasonable.
We are starting to get to the point where we need to watch out for Soulfire Lethals out of Avi. If we are Adam. We tap. Oh, we're running 2 summoners? Oh.
2 summoners and a card 2. Yeah, it's a lot of 6s.
Yeah. Seems real heavy on the 6.
So I guess you're cutting the second questing. You don't run Ooze. You're not running Danos. Basically, kind of taking out some of those earlier game options.
So many
Are we going to see a Defender and a Soulfire here to clear the Amani?
I think that makes sense.
I think you have to. Yeah.
You're hurting to drop either one of those.
It's like he's considering maybe the Summoner too.
Yeah.
I do
like
not
the
like
Defender.
the 4/4 worth of stats.
No, I'd rather play the Defender here. And then Soulfire, I mean, Keladan's not the worst thing to discard. The Summoner is probably going to be pretty weak for a while. The Broodmother you want to keep. It's probably the worst discard of the 3. And Keladan's okay.
Yeah.
I think you're just basically just doing as much as you can to get in the way of anything that Avi has on the board. Make him basically tap himself to death, essentially.
Home is where the wagon.
So there's Avi, your Soulfire, the 3/4 does, okay. He loses the other Soulfire.
Alright, if you're Adam, you're super excited about that play, though.
Yeah, I think you feel pretty good about this game at this
this,
point.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks like stabilization for
Nice.
Adam.
Backwards
And,
Broodmother.
even more healing there.
So now you can tap with impunity, you can play down this Abyssal Summoner for a 3/3 taunt if you want to. Just, I mean, it doesn't feel great, but it trades evenly. Or you can just play the Broodmother for something a little better.
I think you for sure play the Broodmother.
Yeah.
It soaks up the most and is gonna
Wait,
live.
play the backwards one. Play the backwards one.
No, don't crash my game. Please. I beg of you, Adam.
Tapping at the
If
hand.
Bobby
pretty
plays
good.
Zephyrus in his list, I assume. But
So with the Og Merchants, as many as he has with the Rocket Og Merchants, my guess would be no with the transfer students. Like those are usually the slots that Zephyrus would take. So I would kind of be surprised to see it in this list. I guess it's still possible, but you're running a lot of those fringe options that you would kind of see Zephyrus being in place of. Yeah, I think Adamos at this point can kind of do what he wants, tap into whatever and see what he gets. Play.
I wonder if
he wants.
Adam's only playing one Soulfire.
I
see some lists cut the second one so they could run double like Abyssal Summoners. So I'm starting to think that might be his list here. And so that means we're out of burst. From Adam, then, if he only runs the one Soulfire, because we're already seeing one Soulfire, double Nether Breath, double Rain of Fires. So,
which is fine. I don't think you're too worried about that. And so
you're winning this through combat damage from here on out.
He just plays the broken Broodmother. So here we go.
Everyone respectate, except for Ron. You're allowed to leave if you want to.
Nice. All right. See you guys later.
Night.
So it looks like Avi drew a carpet and played his matron and is using the carpets, Og Merchants, and transfer students to clear the board. So Adamos is now finally picking up the plot twist. He wants to take that route. He's looking at 8 damage coming back, knowing there's no over the top damage with both Soulfires gone. So he could clear this with the Twisting Nether if he wants to be incredibly safe. He could just drop Malleus to flex on Avi in this position. He could play Plot Twist to play Plot Twist. I think Twisting Nether kind of makes sense. I think this is the second matron. So you're really seeing almost nothing left. Dark Size isn't quite enough damage. Clear everything, although most likely clears the 2 bigger minions. Leaves the carpet.
Interesting that he's considering Dark Skies here. I thought maybe he'd just rip the Nether and Plot Twist or something just to use all his mana, clear the board, complete the quest, refill the hand with other options.
Yeah.
Get Valley back in deck just as a chance to hit it for 0.
Right. Yeah,
I think we're
tap again for free and then play the Dark Skies to clear everything. And I won't quite clear everything, but it'll be a little closer. Play it free, 2/3.
It does almost certainly kill the 5 attack, which is all that really matters. It does kill the 5 attack, and this should just about wrap it up for Adam.
Yeah, because we saw the entire top end of Adam's deck left. Both Alexstrasza's, Zephyrus, and unknown card. Avenging Wrath. Aww. Boo.
That's gonna do it. Adam finally finding a win with that Quest Warlock. And we are now 1 game to 2 with Avi having his Zoo Warlock remaining against Adam's last 2 classes.
At least we're also done with the spectate bug of Broodmother. So
yes, that's right. No more spectate bugs.
Until somehow this game there'll be some other weird spectate issue. Yeah, like plays Rogue, plays like a 12-12 Edwin. Everything just crashes. Like, oh, okay.
Donde flips his computer and leaves the room.
Donde just ends stream. Is that 12-12 Edwin? See y'all later. Those were laughs of pain, folk.
I laughed to stop from crying.
Is this another all golden deck from Adam?
Alright, this is a flex on Ron here, if I've ever seen one from Adam. Ron
Well
with like
played.
8,000 Hunter wins doesn't have an all golden Hunter
I say
deck.
Highlander Hunter is an expensive all gold deck too.
I'll bet. I'll make it
is.
right now. Let me flex on Ron too.
I will cut away from this game to watch you craft.
Nice.
I might do it. I might have to buy some packs, but I'll do it.
Tell me you don't have enough dust to do it right now.
Oh no, I definitely have enough dust to do it right now.
Say I'm sitting on 44k.
Yeah, I'm 63,000.
Holy mackerel. It's a lot of dust.
We ready
can't
for
go
this
below-
expansion?
Yeah, I can't go below 50,000. It's a curse.
Interesting. I feel like I
I don't know
made
what kind of curse, but
four
it's a curse.
dusting choices.
Me?
No, me.
Oh, I've been
That's
playing.
fair.
I've been playing off and on again since beta. So
I have
like,
two, and I have far less dust than that.
Oh.
That's okay.
what have you been doing?
I don't know.
How much gold do
Great
you
question.
have for the next expansion?
Yeah,
I have enough gold. Gold's
What?
fine.
that did it. How much?
Yeah, how much?
I have 12,200, I think.
Alright,
That's
yeah,
not
we're in the same spot. Cole says 26k right now.
Wow.
Gosh.
Sounds like a lot. Look at Adam's choices here on this tracking.
Ooh.
Rand,
What are you taking,
Jefferson,
Ron?
Scavengers. You don't like
taking,
discarding
Zephyr?
any of these. I'm pretty sure you have to take Zeph, though.
Zephyrus.
I think it's Zephyrus in this matchup, yeah.
It's your panic button. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're essentially the control deck here, right? Like, I guess there's a scenario where you can just burst them down and win, but more likely than not, you just make sure you don't die and kind of keep control of the board.
I love that quote unquote control deck.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Do you remember
But-
when they tried to make Hunter a control deck, and it still wasn't?
Yeah.
Deathstalker Rexar remembers.
That was a fun deck.
That's a great card.
So I'll be sitting on a hand and a matron, so you know he's got a little bit of refuel options if he wants to just play some stuff down now. This is the racket to clear.
Yep. So this turn looks pretty straightforward from Adam. Punch 1-1, killed 2-2. Leave Avi with a 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really much reason to use the kill command here. Very likely just a hero.
Yeah. Here
To buy
probably.
from the sharpshooter while you can.
Yeah, and you're super happy if that 2-1 goes into your sharpshooter then on the next turn.
Right. I think we see coin matron here from Avi.
Coin
Yeah.
Matron makes so much sense, given that, you know, it puts power on the board, it draws 3 cards. Obviously going to do it right away. Push 2 damage, clear the minion.
All Scale Rider, but Scale Rider's not active with 0 dragons in hand.
Kind of a tough spot. This is not where you want to use Zephyrus, but your Bone Wraith just gets chewed up by what's on the board without really answering it too well.
I wonder.
Yeah,
If you had a dragon in hand, I'd probably be
I think-
more okay with the Bone Wraith, but
I think you're okay with that, because like if you top deck a dragon, your next turn's pretty alright. So just play Bone Wraith here.
right.
Just to deal some damage to the 5-4. Make it a 5-2.
Yeah.
I think this is fine.
I think it's right. Hesitation is probably just because it doesn't feel great, but I think
Yeah.
long term, it's the right play.
It's that one that you're like dragging it out onto the board and you're like,
I have to.
is there anything else? Nope, okay. Like,
Got you, friend.
release that M1 button and you cry a little bit on the inside.
So he's
And
using-
Avi's just
using it.
making a pretty strong board here.
Okay.
This might prompt a Zephyrus play.
Yeah, I think so, because it almost certainly gives you Lightning Storm, which leads up what will probably be a 4-2 or 4-3.
Couldn't you just kill command hero power this turn? Kill the 5-2? Takes a lot of damage off the board.
Is an option. Yeah, because
If
your next
you're-
turn, if you Lightning Storm, is not great, especially if you don't draw Dragon.
Yeah, if you lightning storm, pretty much hoping that you draw a dragon, but you do have the kill command behind to kill what survives from the Bone Chewer if it doesn't trade into your Zephyrus. Your Zephyrus trades well into it with a lightning storm turn. You know, Avi's at 3 cards. It's not a horrible play. If you want to hold Zephyrus, you probably are kill commanding down that Nightshade. So those seem to be the 2 options.
Yeah, I can't see anything else. There's no way we're playing Scale Rider here in Hero Powering. That is a negative chance.
No, that 5-2 has to die one way or the other this turn.
With the rope burning so much, it seems like Zeph is not going to get played. Animation time probably wouldn't allow for a good option there.
Yeah, I don't mind being greedy here with the Zeph. I mean, knowing your opponent's sort of limited in his power level now with no imps, and your Zeph is probably going to get even more value than if the longer you wait. And you can survive that long, then you feel pretty good about it.
Yep, and we will play the Dormant Transfer Student, which will awaken 2 turns and deal 3 damage to random enemy minions.
Yeah, probably not the Transfer Student that Avi wanted. This board isn't ideal for a Zoo Warlock with Transfer Student, but still the Og Merchant play is exceptional on that Brawler, and that creates some real difficult options for Zephyrus.
Zeph can Holy Nova here.
To be honest, though, I think I really like that Dormant into the Hunter, though. Because that
execute a good option to clear that if he wants to only kill the Brawler instead. But
yeah, it probably has to be Holy Nova. It takes so much more power off the board. You don't charge up the Brawler anymore, and you also have the option of Siamat on the next turn to maybe deal with that Brawler, whether or not it trades.
For Avi here, Carpet plus both of the 1-drops, or at least maybe the Sidekick and Tap might make sense, unless he really wants to get this Transfer Student down now.
I like getting the Transfer Student down now because you're starting to run out of fumes, and these double Transfer Students coming off back-to-back turns can be the fire starter back to like swinging this board state into your favor. So,
yeah, just
because they're going to deal 12 damage over the next 2 turns.
This sets up pretty nicely for Siamat to clean this up.
The Siamat will just... Is it 2 different minions or just 2 enemy minions?
It would be 2 different.
2 random enemy minions.
Yeah,
okay.
It's only going to hit the Siamat for 3.
Darn. Yeah. That'd be nuts if it just woke up and instantly killed a Siamat. Just, hey!
I mean, it still feels like Siamat might need to go
again.
Rush Wind Fury, just to kill that Carpet.
Yeah, because I think
Adam's been giving the Carpet a lot of respect.
Right, because you know your Siamat's dead anyway. Either way, just because of the Carpet living allows anything in Avi's hand to rush into it. So killing the Carpet ensures that you don't have to deal with it in the future. I think I like it.
Yeah, and obviously, knowing this minion was going to wake up anyway, Avi has actually 2 1-mana minions in his hand, so that was going to punish a Siamat if he did not take the Rush Wind Fury.
It's interesting he chooses not to discard anything with a Merchant. I think it's probably okay. You're not getting a lot of value, but adding an extra 1-drop to your hands later versus just getting 1 now on the board.
We finally draw a dragon, so we can go Scale Rider, kill something, and then Faceless Corruptor it if we so choose. It will get eaten up by that Transfer Student waking up, though. But
yeah, I think that hurts a lot if you make that choice. I think I probably want to get the Belmont down, still use a Scale Rider to kill something, and probably put Animal Companion behind it. But it's kind of a tough choice. That Transfer Student actually is paying off here, this specific turn, in a way that I probably didn't think it might have earlier. But
yeah, this is a really rough spot for Adam. It looks like Scale Rider Faceless has to be play, honestly.
Just to clear it, yeah.
Hey, I said this 3 turns ago, Icicles. That this Transfer Student's going to wake up and it's going to help swing the board back Avi's favor. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, that Transfer Student is going to be absolutely brutal for Adam's chances of having any kind of board. You know, these Faceless Corruptors just die.
I love that it's the Blade Dance animation.
That is cool animation.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't move.
And Avi, once again, just going all in here. Doesn't have a lot of damage on board yet. Big pickup for Adam, though.
So is that the play this turn alongside Varanus?
Maybe. I think that's what Adam's currently trying to assess, is whether or not he needs to play Varanus Hounds, or if he could do some other kind of combination with either playing Felma, playing Animal Companion Varanus, playing Animal Companion Felma and holding off. It's a tough call. It might have to be Varanus Hounds just to try to stick that 7/6 that's really difficult to deal with.
Right, because you know Avi
so far off the top.
Yeah, so Avi at this point is in a position where he's probably tapping every turn, so having 7/6 down starts putting Avi on a clock that makes that tapping beneficial to Adamos. Yeah, I might as well just throw his face. I don't think there's a reason to bump the
Final Hound. Removing a Divine Shield isn't an awful consideration, but he may just be better off going face. Looks like he wants to get the Divine Shield off, though.
Yeah.
And that just makes it easier to clear up the board. And look at that. A Soulfire off the top.
Off the top.
He doesn't have enough to currently kill this Varanus, though. That's not going to do it either.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
This Scrap Imp is going to buff absolutely nothing next turn. Oh, a taunt? Okay.
Another big draw from Adam here.
You just play your
I think
hand
he's
at
going
this
to
point.
play the entire hand, absolutely.
Push the button. Feeling
Yep,
pretty good about
set him to
playing
10.
next game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that 8 damage go anywhere but face at this point here. Just threaten the lethal right back.
I'm wondering what the hesitation is. Thinking through what he could possibly die to, but I mean, I think he's seen most of Avi's deck from the last game and knows he's not running like the charges, the Murloc, or the Wolf Rider or anything like that. So I think he should feel relatively safe in this position.
Right, he does know that he has the whole turn. He can rope out this turn just as he assesses all the rest of the options. He always knew he was going to play all the cards in his hand and press the button. That's likely going face, but no harm in waiting a little bit to just make sure that's the right play. Indeed decides to go with that, and this looks like it might be over for Avi.
Let's see if Avi can find lethal on himself, though. Darn, we missed lethal.
That's going to wrap things up for game number 4.
Game 5 of Game 5.
All right.
This is exciting. How many Game 5s can we get in this All-Star match? The answer is all of them.
All the game 5s.
Coming
All
down
of
to
them.
the wire.
The last game of the last of the matches. All 5 of our different matches tonight are all coming down, or events, whatever you want to call them, all coming down to the last game of the final match.
All
So
three
exciting.
of our remaining viewers are very excited.
Whoa, hold on. There's 11.
Hey, not bad.
It's better than
Donde
the
is,
RonMexico stream.
As we
Wow!
enter,
Oh, I was gonna make a joke too. That's twice.
Donde, you gotta be
Yeah,
on your
guys.
toes when Ron and I are together, because I'm gonna be firing on all cylinders. I'm actually surprised I haven't heard any insults from Ron recently. It's been a weird past like hour.
I've been a little distracted. I apologize.
he's just locked in on this excellent Hearthstone we're watching. So Donde, as we move into Game 5 and we talk about the viewer count for this illustrious stream, can you tell the people what we expect to see coming up to be able to use our THL points on Twitch? What exciting prizes await us in the future?
Nope.
Nope.
So
is
far,
TBD.
I've got some exciting ones here. Highlight my message. Unlock a random sub emote. Send
I
a
have
message in sub-only
60,000
mode.
points.
60,000 is a
Choose
lot.
an emote to unlock, modify a single emote. That's incredible. I can't wait to use my 62.6 thousand THL points.
Yeah.
On
Oh, Ron and I have
60
like the same amount.
yeah, just thousands of highlight my messages. It's gonna be real fun.
I have 111,000.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really excited about what is to come.
Listen, if this was a RonMexico stream, I'll tell you what, I'd be spamming hydrate, hydrate, hydrate with all my points.
Might have to ban Tuna.
Nope. I'm your #1 fan.
This is true.
That's a joke on for those folks who don't know, who haven't been to Ron's stream on Friday. He has a fan that sits in the background of his stream, and it is labeled BrushyTuna. So I'm officially Ron's #1 rival and #1 fan all at the same time. Figure that out.
It's a weird position to be in, you know, but sometimes that's just how it goes down. Speaking of weird positions to be in, Adam has kind of an awkward setup here into this turn, wanting to charge up the questing, but a turn off of being able to effectively do that, wanting to clear the board, but knowing that backstabs and other minions would not be able to more effectively be used with the questing. Gonna just drop the stealth and a cat. Wait for one more turn. Looks like he wants to either go in with the questing or draw cards with Sage, and we'll find out what the option is next turn. Meanwhile, obviously, plays the green cards. Makes sense.
Yeah, is that the same concept of see golden card, play golden card?
Something like that. Ooh, a prep being picked up off the top for Adam. That's an extra +1/+1 on a questing if he wants.
So many options.
We could prep backstab this turn if we so choose.
You can prep coin or prep backstab. The options are so exciting.
It's endless. No, it is interesting seeing the prep though in the stealth rogue list. Usually they cut them, correct? I haven't seen one in a while.
It's usually the 30th card. So there's always an argument for maybe running like a single Worgen or something else. Interestingly, Adam's list actually runs 2 Worgen infiltrators. So I'm really curious what has been cut to find room for this prep.
Waggle.
Yeah, no Galakron.
Yeah, no Galakron. All the invoke cards, no Galakron.
In the meantime, Avi just landed smackdown on most of the start.
Yeah, he's pushing a lot of damage. This is probably got to be the questing turn here.
Give me a quest.
We did pick up Praise Galakron too, though, to assist in this trade to kill a 1/3.
Prep Praise is useful for the Worgen. It's
Rush
gonna
Lackey, shoot Lackey.
It's gonna be really important what Lackey he gets. That's not what he wanted. So because of that faceless, he's probably just going with either Berserker or Skyvateer. Backstab enables the Worgen trade. Oh, he's daggering. He's daggering to use the 2/1 into one of these 5s. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is why we kill a 5/2. I like this. Okay.
But which 5/2?
The red one. It looks angry. It's enraged.
Kills the angry one.
Avi does have a pretty clean way of killing this questing, because we do have double Og Merchants in hand. 1 Rocket, 1 Guardian. So we can attack our 5/2 into the 6/6 and clear it up with whichever one we shall choose.
You can even give the 5/2 Divine Shield so that it doesn't die in the trade, and then use the other one to finish off the questing.
Or play the Nightshade and discard one of your ones, play an Og Merchant on the Rush Nightshade, and then trade your Transfer Student along with the Divine Shielded 5/4 and push 5 face.
Decent options here. So he opts to tap to take out the matron option.
Avi chooses none of those options that we just went through.
Yeah, so he's going to use a chance.
This also looks very solid here.
So he's just going
to push 7.
Oh, wow. says
You do have the Soulfire in hand, so
that 6/6
Yeah.
is not going to kill me before I kill you. I don't care.
Makes sense. So I imagine he expected that if it was a taunt lackey, it would have already been played on requesting.
I think you could assumed if it wasn't Shoot Lackey, Rush Lackey, Taunt Lackey, it probably would have, like, those three would have got played. So now you can assume all the rest of them, or one of those last ones, are in Adam's hand.
And Avi, seeing victory right within his grasp here, emoting the well played already.
Yeah, because I don't know that Adamos has a way of getting rid of that 5/3. Playing Shield, he just dies. The Mage from hand clears it up. Still, Fate probably isn't good enough. Again, you just can't deal with this 5/3. So it seems like Shield is the best of a bunch of bad options, but it's just game. Shoot Lackey one turn too late.
Is there a way, very technically, that Adam is not dead here?
No, he's not dead if he trades.
He punches down the Aug Merchant, he 7/7 kills the 2/2. And then it just comes down to whether Soulfire discards Matron or oh, well, that does it.
Yep.
That top deck of the Expired Merchant means there's no chance to discard Soulfire, which means that is a lethal for Avi. And that's going to do it in 5. The Red All-Stars defeat the Gold All-Stars in Game 5 of Game 5.
Our first ever Game 5, Game 5.
That was pretty cool. That was fun.
What were we calling this? The pentathlon?
A pentathlon, 5 events.
That's a lot of events.
I mean, I definitely think we had a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely.
I think format-wise, this is a fun format. We can definitely tighten things up. I think maybe get a few more events rolling in conjunction with each other. We also had a few delays in terms of getting some of the events rolling, which I think hindered us time-wise. However, all in all, a good event. Everyone got to share some stream time. I think that was fun. We dealt with the loss of a caster somehow. You know, just never.
I'm telling you, he got Conjures calling, and the real heat shock didn't come back. We got 2 other 10 drops.
Avi said that they can come in for an interview if we would like.
Nah.
I would say we've been here for like 4 hours, man.
Alright, they can each come in. They each got 1 word each. Can't be a bad word. And that's all they get, and then they have to leave immediately.
They can gloat in Discord about their win. We will allow them to do that. But I think for right now,
I think that is the appropriate medium at this point.
Yeah.
We are all tired, I believe.
Nah.
Well, most of us are tired. Anyway, tomorrow night will be Saloon. So if you'd like to see some gloating, that's a good spot to see it because the champions, Tam Pam Surf Slam, will be on, and that will be their victory lap for winning hero. So make sure to check that out with Big Ted and crew.
Really excited to see what.
Yeah, don't mention the one saloon caster that's in here.
I was hanging on to see if he would say anything. RonMexico
I was waiting.
will be there. Yes, Ron Sage and Big Ted will be your hosts alongside of Tam Pams. Then you can check out Hearth Center doing the exact same thing on Wednesday, except for Tap Last. So that
sad face.
Sorry, those of you who were on the losing side of that in this call. And then, of course, we will be back again doing this event for Hero on Saturday this week. So,
don't forget, Hearth Center Wednesday, the rival Donde tells us who won the rivalry thing.
We will tell you who won the rivalry story contest.
Ooh, exciting.
Words are escaping me at this point in time. So, but thank you everybody for coming out tonight. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we will have just as much fun on Saturday. So, congratulations again to Team Red and a solid fight from Team Gold. They went up early, but they couldn't quite close it out, and Team Red will win it. So, word.
Everyone have a good night.
Thanks,
see y'all later.
Everybody, have a good night.
Night.